Hello and welcome to the Futro Hidden Movie Gems podcast. I'm your host, Ty Spiker Christensen. Where am I? The pit of despair. Don't even think about trying to escape. We've got Jordan Christensen on the podcast.
Boo, boo, king of
Filth,
slime.
slime,
Bow to the
rubbish.
queen of slime.
Bow to her if you want. Bow to her. We've got Cameron Mickle on the podcast.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Stop
Did
saying that.
Do you
stop
have six fingers on
saying
your left
that.
hand? Sorry to disappoint.
Do we start conversations this way? Got Grant Mickle on the podcast.
Did I cut out there?
Yeah.
All just
Yes.
froze for a sec.
He introduced you.
Um, Inconceivable. I actually said that to my wife when she texted me. She was like, "Look, the director of the movie died," and I was like, "Inconceivable."
Yeah, I'm sure that Rob Reiner would think that too.
See, and you thought that the poison that I had was given to me. I just love how abrupt
Never
he
mess
died.
with a Sicilian when death is
Sicilian
on the
when death
line.
is on the line.
Yeah. Man, if you haven't told by our quotations and the fact that Rob Reiner is dead, R.I.P. We're talking The Princess Bride. So
We
we
should
came
just
out
do an hour of quotes.
just an hour quotes. Is it arguably the most quotable movie of all time?
Not if
I
not
just
I don't know
watched
about
Nacho Libre this
quotable,
past
but it's
week,
the
and it's
most
not even
quoted
close.
movie.
I mean, they're like, come
Good
on, it's
burger.
like
Come on, Ty.
iconic in all the right ways.
No, not. I just watched Nacho Libre, and I didn't realize how many quotes are from that movie. I was like, oh my gosh.
Get that car out of my face.
I hate all the orphans in the whole world.
The whole world.
I don't know. I think this takes the cake. I mean, I put this up there with like Anchorman.
Did you not tell him they were the Lord's Jews? I tried. He was too fast.
I have had diarrhea since Easter's.
Easter.
That's just
This
so
is
bad.
the worst meal I've ever had in my life.
Did you not know?
Well, now we're just gonna quote Nacho Libre from here on out, so get the movies confused here, um, but no more rhyming. I mean it. I don't want a peanut.
I don't want a peanut.
Guys, we're talking this movie. This movie came out in 1987, directed by Rob Reiner. Rest in peace. The guy was killed by his own whacked out son. How crazy is that?
Sad.
And then what made me laugh was like Trump was like, he died from Trump derangement syndrome. And I'm like, what? I just thought that was really funny because I was like, did he die from Trump derangement syndrome or did he die with Trump derangement syndrome? You know, it's like one of those died with COVID or from COVID. It just made me laugh because I was like, but anyway, what a travesty, man. We lost one of the good ones because he's also been acting in all kinds of like he was in Wolf of Wall Street. He's that big chubby guy, the big chubby bald guy. Not
Bro,
like
I
not
cannot get
chubby
over. I
Jonah
did
Hill,
not
but
know that Mandy Patinkin, the Inigo Montoya,
yeah,
is the dude from Criminal Minds. He's like a key character in
yeah,
Criminal Minds.
yeah, yeah.
I literally had no idea. He looks so different.
Well,
Does
did
he
you
have
ever
the same
wonder where he
accent?
went to? He ended up being in like 9 seasons of that show or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Let me see.
Dude, if you get a gig in TV, you're like set for life. You're like, yeah, I could become a famous movie star, but like if you've got some
Yeah, all you
show
have to do is be on one of those like those super cheesy like either like
Like
CSI.
Flash?
yeah,
No, like
Lifetime
no, like
shows,
like
yep.
CSI something
Hmm.
or like criminal not criminal minds well I mean criminal minds but also like Law and Order and then you're just set because it's just those seasons are like 80 episodes.
True.
And they run for like a million seasons.
Yeah, for real.
And
But
then
dude,
when they stop, they just say, "Oh, CSI, but in this city," and then it's like a whole nother series.
CSI
Yeah.
Chicago
Yeah.
or like CSI Chicago Special Unit. It's like this is the exact same movie. Anyways, this movie came out in 1987. I'm not sure what Ty's got going on. It's
I just literally
PG,
already shared that.
directed by Rob Reiner, written by William Goldman, and it's actually I did some research on
Cameron's really excited. You take the ball. Go for it, man.
I was really surprised like at doing some research. Apparently, like the original story had like a book that was like written that was kind of like a synopsis of the original book, and it was kind of similar because the person who like wrote the rewrite had the story told to him. And so it's essentially kind of like the movie is a demonstration of how he would recommend like reading the actual book because it's actually just like so long that he's like, let me just skip through this part and get to
But
the good
did he do
parts.
it without all the kissing stuff?
Yeah.
Not gonna be. This is a kissing book, isn't
One
it?
day you'll like that stuff.
Shut up,
It's a
kid. You're
kissing
gonna
book.
love this book.
Keep your shirt
Leslie and
on. I
Buttercup
didn't know
made
that
out
that
all night
quote was
long.
from this movie either until I rewatched it. And keep your shirt on. I feel like we quote that a lot in our family.
I do. I do. Keep your shirt on. Yes, you're very smart. Now shut up. Yeah, dude. So Cameron, what other facts did you research about this? Anything else you want to share with the group?
No, just there's a lot of other great actors in this. And every single time I see Carrie Elwes, I don't know how you say his name,
No,
but
Carrie
like
Elwes.
even in Psych, every time I'm like, oh, it's Wesley.
Yeah, he
Uh,
was in episodes of Psych. I always think of him in Saw, where
Yes.
he's like a little chubbier and he's just cutting off his foot. You're just like, dang. Like,
Which
I
makes me
guess
think of Yes Man when he's like, snap it off already.
snap it off already.
I mean, he also is even in
he's in
Stranger
Stranger
Things.
Things.
Yeah.
He's the
Or in
mayor.
Mission
That's
Impossible
right.
too. I think he was
Yeah.
just in that. Like,
Yeah.
Or
kind of
Robin.
appears like
I
in a
mean,
lot of
Robin Hood
different
Men in
places.
Tights was pretty iconic too.
Yeah. Yeah, he was in Stranger Things. That's right. I feel like they didn't use him enough. Just like they didn't use what's her face, Sarah Connor in Stranger Things, the finale and everything. They didn't have enough of
Who?
her in it.
Before she
Yeah,
could do
big cast.
chin-ups.
What's that?
I said before she could.
Who's the girl you're talking about in Stranger
Or
Things?
she
The
could do
evil
chin-ups.
general in the fifth season of Stranger Things. She's taking place at
Or-
Papa. She runs the research. She's the government agency, that lady.
Dude,
Like,
she was the worst part of the whole
Walmart
I
show.
know
Sigourney Weaver.
nothing happens with her, and I'm like, you literally have a character that, like, I don't know, like, why would you bring this big star on and she does nothing? I'm like, guess she's there to collect a paycheck. Maybe they had like 2 days with her in shooting, and they're like, yeah, be in this scene, this scene, this scene. And there's literally a scene later where they're like, should we tell this person? They're like, no, she'll just slow us down. And I'm like, no, we couldn't afford to bring her on set another day. It's insane. So if you guys watch Stranger Things, yeah, oh boy.
Uh-huh.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I was a tangent. Dude, I can't wait to talk about it. It's so good. Have you guys seen it? Has everyone seen it yet? Jordan hasn't seen
Oh,
it.
Jordan
Brad's seen
has
it.
it.
Cameron's seen it.
He stopped at season 4, so he won't ever finish
Are
it.
you not going to finish the fifth
Which
season?
makes actually zero sense because season four actually becomes horror. And then Jordan's like, and the
I know.
CGI.
The CGI.
As if the Demogorgon wasn't CGI.
I know, dude. Like that second season with all the little dogs and little
Well,
meat
no, it
stuff.
just it like season 2 was just less good, 3 was less good, and then 4 I'm like I'm done.
But four
Like
had a guitar player.
four felt like 3 was supposed to be the end, and they're like, oh, we did so well, let's add another part to it. But 5 completely ties everything together, and it's really good.
Dude, yeah, and you get to learn that one of the characters is gay, and it's so
Yes,
great.
I heard
Gay,
already.
good.
That's a
Let me
He had
explain
to
it
superpower,
to
don't you
reveal
you.
it,
know?
It
Ty, because
is,
of fear.
I kid you not, it is 7.5 minutes long, and the episode itself is like an hour. It is 10% of one episode, a character coming out, halting the show just to tell you how he likes it in bed. And that's cool. But that guy
Anyways,
is an
I
evil
thought it was a
monster
good
demon,
moment,
and
but
a-
that's
please
just
tell me
anyway,
me.
why we have to flesh this out right now. Can we please get on
any,
with the task at hand?
anyways,
Amazing.
for me
I
watching
don't think that was the point of it, but whatever.
for me watching this for the first time, I can't really remember exactly when I watched it. I just remember being super afraid of the pit and
Oh,
those
I
giant
assume we're not
rats.
talking about Stranger Things anymore.
And,
Master Princess Bride. Sorry.
The
Yep.
and
pit.
the
Where's the
woman.
Demogorgon in that?
Boo.
The pit was so yeah, the woman scared me. Also, the doctor guy scared me. I don't know what gender he is. I'm assuming he's a man with the super long hair. I just
I always
remember
thought it was a girl growing up.
he was always
Uh,
super scary to me.
Wait, now I
Um,
genuinely don't know what we're talking about. Are we talking about Princess
Princess
Bride?
Bride, brother, the
Princess
movie that
Bride.
we're reviewing.
The Pit? Oh, of Despair. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
the albino guy.
dude, he's like that's the
I always
funniest.
thought it was a girl growing up.
And then
Yeah, well, he
also
sounds like a girl, and then after he coughs, he sounds like an old British dude. It's
And
hilarious.
then I was like for some reason this is like trauma meshed with the never ending story for me. So like every time I just see them sinking into the pit, all I can think is our test. And so like that's all I can imagine. But yeah, there's just a lot of things in this movie that like it's fun. You think like, oh, your kids are gonna love this, but I was like low-key traumatized watching this at first, and I don't think I really liked it because of how many like scary people there are in it, and just scary looking like the lady, the boo, the queen of slime.
The Mole Queen. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there's just like so many like freaky people. But yeah, rewatching it kind of similar to what's already been mentioned. Like I just didn't realize um how many quotes are from this. And also like how many different parts that I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about like this kind of stuff. It also is like super fast paced. I was kind of expecting like for some reason, maybe it's just because I was a kid. I remember this movie being like so long, but this movie goes along like so fast, like so many things happen so quick. It's like he dies and then he's like resurrected. And I also remember the torture chamber. That also scared me. There's like a
Top
lot
to
of
50.
like that's what's crazy is like I know it's an older like movie, but the fact that it's like PG and it's the definition of what our dad would say of a old PG because like there's so many scenes in this that I'm like this is not really child friendly. But
Like
yeah, it was
stabbing a rat repeatedly,
yeah.
watching it
Um,
burn alive.
well, and just like a lot of the concepts or whatever, the fact that he's like gonna murder her and that like he's being tortured and then brought back to life and then he's like limp. But they I mean they do a lot of great things with it and rewatching it was I was impressed and because at first I talked to Jordan about it. I'm like I because I put it in my top like 200 or something like that and I'm like I don't know how well this holds up because I haven't seen it in years and Jordan's like it holds up. And yeah, I watched it and it truly does hold up.
Did it move to top 100 or still on two?
No, probably still 200.
You're wrong. It's okay.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, thanks for running through all those great things. Let's hear from what about you, Jordan? What was it like watching this movie for the first time? Rewatching it for the
I could
podcast.
not tell you when I watched it for the first time because we've seen it so many times. Like, at this point, we just have it memorized like Good Burger, where you could just sit there and say all the lines with the movie. I even dated a girl in college, and she watched this, I think, every week. So,
You should check in on her and see
Wow.
how her psychological state is, because that's actually concerning.
I could
but
see this movie playing in the
That's
background.
wild.
Like it's just
yeah,
it's
the
fun to look
music.
at.
Oh, I used to listen to the theme all the time while doing my homework in college. So,
See, this movie also kind of meshes trauma with holes for me as well. The As You Wish and the I Can Fix That. For some reason, they're like
I
the
can
same.
fix.
That relationship is just like the same to
Uh,
me. I can fix that.
but yeah, it's a classic. I love it. It it's top 100 easily. Cameron's high.
Yeah, it's in my top 100. I think I had it in my top 10 for a bit there too. Like
And this is one that you can't
can't
really
find a
argue if
fault with
someone
this
has it
movie.
as like their top four favorite movies. You're like, no, I get it. It's like there's not really anything wrong with it. It just like personally doesn't hit home for me as much.
Yeah, no serial killers.
I don't know, Prince Humperdinck, he really he loves killing, dude. Or Six
Yeah,
Fingered Man.
he
I
belongs in the
just
Game
sucked
of
one year
Thrones
from your
universe.
life. How do you feel?
got a
And
wife to
please, this is
kill,
for
a
posterity. Look at
world to
evil.
dominate.
He's great, dude. Which is so funny now
Yeah,
that's
he's definitely
Christopher
a
Guest, who I
Lannister.
only know him from like
Yeah.
A Mighty Wind and Best in Show, where he and Spinal Tap, and he just plays like such a goofball, waiting for Guffman. And that's the six-fingered man that we're supposed to fear. Is just so funny to me now because now I've seen more goofy screwball comedies that he's in. It's just so funny that he plays straight in this movie. He never has like any goofy moment. Like he's menacing for the whole movie. Other than like I guess that creepy scene where he's like, "Tell us how you feel." And he like whines. He's like, he's like, interesting. Just writing
Interesting.
down his notepad like how he feels after having 1 year sucked out of his life. Kind of feels like the Death Note, where you have a machine that can take off so many years of your life. And Carrie Elwes is like what, 30 in this movie, and he did 50, so he's like 80 years old. But does he get those back because of the magic bean, or does he just go on living and now he's like 80 something internally? I have so
Well,
many
the Death
questions.
Note doesn't take off years of your life. It's the getting the eyes, the Shinigami eyes.
Shinigami eyes.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
eyes die.
That's actually
Yeah,
what I
but
was watching before I got
yeah,
on the
yeah, but like
podcast.
you could also write
Yes.
someone's death and make it happen sooner. But I'm just saying, everyone has like a day that they're going to get called. But I guess if you get put in this machine, it'll shorten that. It adds a year to your life or it sucks one away. And it's like, but how though? If you get hit by a cart, a
Is it
runaway
your wife's
cart.
first time watching it, Grant?
Wait, what?
Is it your wife's? You said you're watching Death Note. Is it your
Yeah, I
wife's
was
first
watching it
time?
with Elise
Is it her first
because,
time?
hmm
Yes,
and I was like, this is the gateway drug into anime.
it is.
Really is.
So,
Too funny.
yeah.
That's the
She
How about
she's
only thing.
enjoying it.
how
But
about
it's
you,
so
Grant? What
funny.
was like what was
As soon as Misa shows up, she's like, "Why do we have to have this character?" She's like, "Can't
Yeah,
we just have a strong
she is
female
the
She's
character?"
definition of anime. Yeah,
but she's perfect to counteract Light because she's like the
Well,
exact
yeah,
opposite
it's
of what he
so funny
wants.
watching how she throws off everything that he
Because yeah,
I
so
always
imagine
perfectly
mention it on
built.
here, but I've sent you guys that YouTube video and you've seen it, right? Where they there's like two or three scenes where they have no internal dialogue and they're just staring at each other.
Yeah.
people have done the same
It's
thing with
so funny.
Dexter,
I'll
Ty,
never
and
forget how
you
funny it
watch
is.
Dexter without the internal dialogue, and
Yeah,
it's just like,
yeah.
"Hey, everything all right, Dex?" And he's like, "Yeah, yeah." And it's like, no wonder why Dokes thought he was a psycho.
Oh, it's so
Took like
good,
six
dude.
seconds between answering
Dude,
people. Like,
what is it about that? Like
yep.
another great one is like there are three key scenes in Breaking Bad where they put a laugh track and it is so funny. It's the scene where he throws the pizza on the roof, and then another scene where he goes to Ted's office and he's ready to throw the potted plant through the window. It is so funny. I'll send you these scenes, but it's just like you put a laugh track on and like something that's very serious, and somehow like it's like the one time where I'm like, oh, a laugh track laugh, so I know it's supposed to be funny, but it just makes it funny because like there's so much happening and out of context with the laugh track. It's amazing how much it feels like a sitcom. But anyway, good stuff. So, how about you, Grant? What was like watching this for the first time, rewatching it for the podcast?
Well, I probably watched this before I even had memories, so it's probably ingrained in my subconscious by now. But then,
This and the
um,
never-ending story, Grant. It can tell how good your heart is. Oh,
yeah. And then my work had a Christmas party last month, and they rented out a movie theater and they showed Princess Brides. That was the last time I
oh,
watched it.
nice,
It was
nice.
pretty fun. Yeah, it was fun because I hadn't seen it since, because Elise and I started a tradition of every Valentine's Day we'd watch Princess Bride, but then we reached the point where like we're kind of bored of this now. So we hadn't done it in a while, so it was fun to
so
rewatch
you're
it.
like Death Note instead. Yes.
Exactly. So yeah, it's always a fun rewatch. It can definitely get old because of how like well you know the movie, so you have to wait a while before it's enjoyable again.
Hmm. I don't know. You all are hopped up on goofballs, man. This movie doesn't get old. But then again, I don't watch it every year, but like I've never
Yeah.
turned this movie on and like turned away, man. Like I'll sit down and be like, oh, this part's coming. Oh, this is so great. Oh man, look at this. So my rewatch, I like Jordan Grant. I can't remember a time where I didn't know this movie because this is such an easy watch with your kids. It's like it's adventure, it's got monsters, it's got magic, it's got giants, it's got a sword fight. My son watching the sword fight, never seen anyone light up as much as him. Like I think he wants to be Wesley for Halloween. He's just so cool. He's the black masked man. He looks like Zorro. He's got a cool
He
sword.
does
He's
look
got
thorough.
acrobatics, which is so funny. They do like a little acrobatic flips through the air. And you're like,
Mhm.
wow, like it's so good. And you can see the little mat that the landing mat that they had for him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like the
it's so
perfectly
good.
straight, like sturdy, gymnast bar to
And
swing
and
on.
then like the whole fact that he's like, why are you smiling? And he's like, I know something you don't know. I'm not left-handed. And then they battle better with like they were
Yeah.
intentionally giving themselves a handicap. And then it's revealed like I too am not left-handed. You're like, oh my gosh, peak cinema. I'm like freaking Scorsese. I'm like peak cinema. It's so good. Like, and it's like, oh, there's so much characterization going on. And like I said, there's everything in this movie. You mentioned torture. There's a fire swamp. There's rodents. There's evil shrieking eels.
Not
There's
just
the
any rodents, the biggest rats you've
yeah,
ever seen in your entire
rodents of
life.
unusual
Usual
sizes.
size?
I don't
I
think they
don't think they
exist.
exist.
Yeah. Prince Humperdinck, intrigue, politics, a flashback, a terrifying witch, a magic jelly bean, horse riding, as you wish, getting pushed down a hill and
Oh yeah,
tumbling down
and
the hill
isn't it
forever and
isn't it
ever.
Harry from Harry Met Sally too? Who's the like the witch's wife or the witch's husband?
Well, that is him,
Well, yeah, no, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Billy Crystal.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh wait, what
yeah,
was
and
your
he literally
question?
just plays
I thought
himself.
you
Oh
said,
yeah,
does it
too.
look like him?
I
Yeah.
also heard that after the movie, one of my coworkers was saying that like he was watching behind the scenes or something, and apparently Billy Crystal, all of that stuff was just improv.
Improvised. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
I'm not
And
surprised.
apparently like some of the stuff he did, like one of the sketches, like he said something so funny that the people behind the cameras, one of the guys was laughing so hard that it was like caught in the audio that they couldn't use it in the show, but they
oh,
really wanted to. But yeah, it was just pretty
I
funny.
and I'm
crazy that they
sure it's
didn't have
so
the
fun.
technology
Like
back then to
what a
like
funny
just use
character.
that.
Like he's the
Right.
wise
Yeah.
old man and he's like, "Yeah, tell me, hey, what's so important in life, True love." He said to bluff. He said to bluff and he's clearly a gambler. Like it's so dumb, but like liar, liar.
Humperdinck,
Liar.
Humperdinck, Humperdinck,
What?
Humperdinck.
Which I told you to never use that name in the house. So great. He's like, "Hey, we're trying to get back at Humperdinck." I love that they use that. And he goes, "Say no more. Why didn't you say that in the first place?
Why did you say that in the first
Why
place?
don't you just cut open my wound, give me a paper cup, and pour some lemon juice on it?" Yeah, he's amazing. The Giant, Andre the Giant. I mean, like literally, like this is who mentioned like this movie like felt like an epic. Cameron, was that you? This
Yeah.
movie feels so massive. It's an hour and 38 minutes. It is so tight. But the movie feels so expansive. There's a fire swamp, there's these plateaus, there's the sword fight, there's cliffs, there's ships, there's just everything. Like the movie just keeps
He's
moving.
gaining on us. Can't you go any faster? I'm carrying three people.
My favorite is he's like right in his face. He's like, "Oh, and I hired you." And then what does he always just say? "What do you want to go back to unemployed and in Greenland?"
Greenland.
So funny, dude. Everything what's his actor says, everything that Fizzy says is literally like so quotable.
Yeah.
So I can clearly
Like
not choose the
rhymes
wine in
everything.
front of you. But you do realize you were killed with the sword, and therefore you are a cunning enemy. So you would choose to put the poison far away from you as possible. So I can clearly not choose the wine in front of me. You're trying to get me to give away something. You already have, you fool. I know where the poison is. What in the world can that be?
Oh, I swear I saw something.
What's so funny? I don't know. I'll tell you in a minute. First, we drink. That's what's so funny. I switched the glasses while your back was turned. So good. Socrates, Aristotle, Plato,
Morons.
morons. He's so good, dude. Every line he says is so quotable. So
Yeah.
funny. Anyway, yeah, who's that? Who is the actor that I have to find him? Because I only seen him in like a few things. I remember him in My Favorite Martian. I know he's in that.
Oh my
He
gosh.
is?
Yeah.
Who is he in that?
Christopher Lloyd is the Martian, but he plays the government guy that wants to. He finds the gum on his
Oh, that
shoe
sounds
and
familiar.
chews the gum and swallows it and turns into an
Bro,
alien.
I bet that movie does not hold up. I remember my childhood, like I loved that movie, but it's probably so cringe.
I don't
Yeah,
Oh,
think
I used to watch that, See Spot Run, and Aragon on a
yeah.
repeat. Talk
just
about a
quality
trilogy.
entertaining entertainment for children.
I just remember the girl becomes an alien. She like eats one of the guys or something.
Yeah. And he's like, "Did you do something with your hair?" He just like ate someone. Glad you noticed. So funny. Yeah,
Do we want to get well
Fettuccine is
ties?
Wallace Shawn. Wallace Shawn. He has one of the most iconic voices. Like I also think of him in The Incredibles when he's like Robert Parr, and he like yells at him. He's like,
Oh, the boss,
"We can't
yeah.
give an insurance break to every Sally Sob story that comes into this office." He's like yelling at him and stuff. He's great. Good too, because you were this close to losing your job.
Ty, do you want to start with your first or your favorite two things?
No, jeez, man, where do you start? Golly, so I'll just reiterate. Yeah, my first thing is this movie feels so big. It feels like a huge Hollywood blockbuster. It's just got so many cool action set pieces and cool scenes and like you have creature effects, magic, sword fights, everything. So
Hmm.
yeah, revenge. It's a fantasy fairy tale romance, like everything. So like it has a little something for everyone. No one is exempt from watching this movie. It should be mandatory viewing. So those are my two favorite things. Feels massive, and it should be mandatory viewing. Nobody watched this and didn't like it. Not a single person.
Oh yeah, that reminds me, my
Maybe
coworker, it
Rob
was the
Reiner's
first
kid.
time,
Maybe
it was
that's why
his
he's
first
going
time seeing the movie.
too soon.
And I
What's
was
that?
like, "You've never seen this?" He's like, "Now I get all the quotes that people say." That's pretty funny.
Yeah, he's like, dude, I remember Grant watching Monty Python like after high school and being like, oh, like this is where every quote came from. Like
Yeah.
everything came from this. Like, anyway, good stuff. So, how about you, Cameron? What are your two favorite things? Yeah, coconuts.
Merely a flesh wound. Um, Two favorite things I think first is just the performances of like everyone. I just think everyone's like going 110. And that kind of reminds me of like Court Jester, where it's like so over the top and like this kind of like during a pretty serious time, I feel like. And it just makes it like a great kind of combination because there's like still the moments of like heroism and like action, but at the same time it's like lighthearted enough that the scary scenes are balanced out with that humor. And then yeah, I think probably like my second favorite thing is just I'm just like super impressed with how well it's aged. I think like that's something that is especially rare in like certain comedies, but I feel like maybe it's just older comedies age better. Like because I feel like sometimes like a 1990s or like early 2000s comedy can be like, "Ooh, this is really aged." Um, but like I feel like it's kind of these older movies sometimes can just like especially in the comedy realm and genre can just like still hold up over time and maybe it's because of the quotability and like the nostalgia, but I was just really impressed.
It has to be like one pop culture references because it doesn't feel dated because like every joke that they're making is situational to what they're like experiencing.
Yeah.
Just laughing at the absurdity of the situation, like versus like, oh, it's like and you say like sometimes movies feel so dated when they just say a reference and you're like, I have no idea who that is. Like, I'm sure that's a funny joke, but like, unless you were born around the year that this came out and were plugged into the zeitgeist, like, would you even know what they're talking about? You know?
Ryan Reynolds and who's Aladdin? They both
Oh, Robin
make
Williams.
a Robin Williams. They both make a lot of movie references that I'm like,
Yeah, that you would either just go over your head,
yeah.
but like there's something with Robin Williams where his electric energy, even if you don't understand the reference, it's just
Well, yeah,
so
there's plenty more to still
yeah,
enjoy. I'm just saying
yeah.
he's making references that sometimes
No, that's
later I'm
fair because
like,
like
oh,
he'll do impressions and you're like, oh well, if you kids don't know, this was a famous whatever, but it's like, oh, he's just being goofy, he's just being a silly guy. So yeah, that's one where he could get away with it. But you're right, Cameron. There's some that just feel dated because it's like, it was kind of in poor taste or whatever. But those don't happen very often. Sometimes they do. Like I don't know, The Ringer. Maybe it's still a good movie. I don't remember.
Yeah, I
Funny
rewatched
enough,
it.
still.
It's not as funny as it used to be, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's definitely a little dated.
yeah, for sure. So, how about you, Jordan? What are your two favorite things from this movie?
We already mentioned quotes, and then second would be, and we kind of touched on it, but uh, he kind of joked about the sets. Like, it does feel like a play. Like, it looks like some of the things look like a really good looking play. Everything just feels like, I don't know. I love it because it fits the theme of it as well.
It's a
Um,
storybook. Yeah, it's a fairy tale.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's like it's all like perfect. Like that combo of like how it looks and then obviously you guys talked about performances, but also like you got like the rat that's like in a dog or in a costume or something. I don't know what they used, but
Oh, it's a human, dude. It's
Someone
definitely
in a
human.
costume,
somebody's
Sees
in
yeah.
a
its dad
costume.
roll over on its side. It's a human, just crawling
I
on all fours.
I just
Kind of
I
like
love
live action Shrek.
yeah.
This movie
Definitely
is
the
live
swamp,
action
yeah.
Shrek. That's so funny.
But yeah, it's and then the music. I almost forgot that. That's
Fairy tales are, yeah, that's so good too. Like I just realized like action adventure is just something we don't get enough of, you know? Like fairy tale action adventure. And it's such a timeless genre when you get like whimsy and wonder mixed in there because this does not feel like an 87 movie. Like it feels so timeless. Like I'm like, this movie could have been made 10 years ago. Other than the fact that, it's like shot on film and it's like, but like I'm sure you can get like Blu-ray remastered versions where you're like, ah, this could have been shot like 5 years ago.
Yeah, the only thing that dates it is literally just him playing on his like TV, and
oh
then also him
Oh,
with
the
like the
old
Yeah,
video
yeah,
game.
the
yeah,
kid
his
playing
old
little.
video game, and just like his bedroom and like the Chicago Bears like shirt and like everything like that. I'm like that dates it a little, but like even
Are the
then,
Chicago Bears not a thing since the 80s?
they are. It's just they were
They're
like one of
past
the
their
best
prime, you
teams in
Yeah,
know.
he
the
agree. Yeah, he's like, yeah, yeah, they actually went extinct, all the Chicago Bears. They went endangered, and it's so tragic. They're gone now. We hunted them into oblivion. Uh, no, it's so true though, because I'll be honest, like I remember somebody telling me they're like, yeah, that Fred Savage kid from like the Wonder Years or whatever, like they're like all his scenes with his grandpa ruined this movie. I remember somebody telling me that, and I was like, I thought they were all right. Like
and
sometimes it did bring the movie to a halt, but like it was still like it's quick enough, it's inoffensive, and like where's the storybook coming from, right? It's like, oh yeah, it's literally just a grandfather reading a story to
well,
his
and that's a
grandson.
I feel like that also kind of helps, especially kind of with the pacing, because then it makes you also because there's certain things that are kind of like you seem like very cheesy or whatever, and I think almost like taking that step back, you're like, oh well, this is a fairy tale, like, and it kind of like to me it helps a little bit, especially like for like younger audiences, and even just like if it's your first viewing, I feel like it kind of like immerses you even more because then you feel like, and you forget that you're hearing a story, that you're just being told this.
Mm.
Well, it's an interesting like cinematic choice too, of like because there's the whole like eel part that's supposed to be suspenseful, and then the guy's like, wait, like it doesn't get her, right? And then
She does
like
get
and he's like,
eaten.
oh wait, where was I? He's like eels, blah blah blah.
He is
And
dead
then
to
like
charge
then it
her and is
hits,
about to
yeah.
eat her. And
Yeah.
dude, I'm sure the guy that created the eel, the monster prop, he's like, dude, thanks, man. Get just double the screen time of the eel, man. You know, like I'm sure if like they did that for the movie The Thing or something, you get one of those practical effect zombies to creatures to get shot in twice or whatever. Too funny. I love
But
it.
is there any other quotes or comments
Oh
people
my
want to say?
gosh. Are there any other quotes for this movie?
I feel like we said
Oh, hello,
everyone.
friendly lady. I got four pieces. I got four horses because we had four people. Hey, lady.
Hey,
It's
Oh,
lady.
what's his
crazy how
face?
big he is. Every time you see his hands, it's just like,
I could kill you
You
now.
moved your toe. Sorry if I'm not happy about moving my toe.
You're wiggling your finger. That's wonderful. I can't do Andre the Giant. He just has such a deep voice.
Yeah.
Um, Freak, dude. Where do I even quote?
Marriage. It's
I bet my
literally
life on
quoted at
it.
every
I always say that
wedding.
every time to
I
my
know people are
wife.
like,
Like,
oh, happy marriage.
Did you say marriage?
Yeah.
Marriage.
So funny.
Is what brings
I
us
know.
together today.
Today.
It's so good though, because like literally the organ music's playing. Nothing like if you haven't seen this movie, it's probably like the one thing that literally like just like so unbelievably funny. Like this guy's got this big important hat on. He's a priest. He's gonna come and give this amazing speech and just like a funny sounding with a lisp or like a speech impediment. So funny. Like always funny.
I I was always
Lots funny.
disturbed a little bit when he blocks the sword and he still gets stabbed. I was like, when especially when I was younger, I was like, did he just
Oh, and he
get
hits it to the side
No,
and
stabbed?
then it
and it's
stabs
that
his
freaking
shoulder.
music that shrills. It's like keeps playing. You're like, oh, oh, and he's like dying too. He's just like
Well, and
standing there,
doesn't it
can't
doesn't
defend it.
someone catches it with like their arm or something like that, a sword swing.
I think he gets it in his shoulder, right? He gets stabbed.
No, I yeah, after that I'm talking about it's either him or what's his name?
Catches it in their
Wesley,
arm.
who blocks one, I feel like with their forearm, and I was like, yeah.
I
And
don't remember
I
and
don't
that.
remember that.
and I just wanted to step back to what Cameron said. I know it does date it, the kid playing the video games, but like as a person who's a collector of old stuff and also like, you know, you guys mentioned Stranger Things, like I feel like that stuff is kind of like there's somewhat of a longing to kind of keep that stuff around.
Well, that's the whole retro, right?
Yeah.
Feel of, yeah.
Makes me think
So,
of Big. The movie Big and this movie start the
yeah.
same. Two kids playing in their bedroom, outdated video games. And was it the same kid in Big? I don't think it's Fred Savage, is it?
Oh,
That plays young Tom Hanks. Yeah. I still
let me
remember the
see it.
redhead ginger kid, but yeah, I don't remember.
If he was playing like Mario Cameron, then it would have been like perfect, like aged perfectly. But
Yeah.
him
So
playing
true.
a game that's like a baseball game you'll
Like
Hey,
no
nobody
one
never.
ever heard
knows.
of this?
Or what time? What was that one? Blank check when he's playing the wizard game, like like
Oh wait,
something
was
that you
that
just.
like no, no, but he still plays the game in Big, doesn't he?
Oh, it's big that
Yeah,
he's
it
doing
is
the ice
big.
wizard
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, he plays the Ice Wizard, yeah, and it
Yeah.
freezes him, and he's like, "You'll be frozen here forever," and he's like, "Oh," because Jordan, that was clever storytelling because he feels stuck in time, so he
But I'm.
prays to Zoltan, a devil inside a box, and gets granted a wish to go on and live an adult life and sleep with adult women as an 8-year-old boy. What was the moral of that movie again? We should review
I know,
Big on
and
here.
then I love she like sends him on his way, and she's like still longing for him. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
she's
that
like,
is a
and no,
child.
doesn't she say like once you grow up a little bit, call me or something like that?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm like, roles are reversed.
Dude,
Not sure
how do you
how
go back to
lightly
being an
people are doing
eight-year-old
this.
I'm not
kid?
sure how well that would fly.
Yeah,
Dude, yeah,
some
how
13-year-old
well do
girl
you go back
leaving,
to
and the
being an
guy's like,
eight-year-old kid?
"Hey,
You're in
once
school
you're
and like
18, hit me
it's
up again."
you're in the school cafeteria and you're like, yeah, dude, I'm already a man, dude. I've already lived a life.
Yeah,
And now I'm
literally.
back and doing shapes and in my
I
kindergarten
was paying
class
I was paying a mortgage for a apartment downtown and had a job and a 401k.
and a girlfriend.
And now I'm back in algebra 1. It's like, what?
I've
I
had
skipped over
sex.
puberty, but now I have to go
You're
back through
8 years old. What are you talking about? Dude, that movie's nuts.
Yeah, can he put that on his resume once he graduates? Yeah, I was VP of marketing for this toy company. Wait, it says you did that when you were 8 years old. Yeah, it's a long story.
Oh man, it's too funny. Yeah, dude, we're gonna have to review Big on here. Directed by a woman.
But
How
yeah,
about that?
obviously we do recommend this.
No, not at all. I don't recommend this. I mandate that you watch this movie. I've never
Yeah, I
seen.
would I
another
would be
another
surprised. Like
funny.
Grant, it is very rare to run into somebody who hasn't seen
Yeah,
this.
Yeah.
and when you have, it's like, what's wrong with you? Like,
Yeah.
why?
And it's always they
Why?
come
What
from a
rock are
family
you
where it's like, oh,
living
we didn't really have a TV growing up. It's like, oh,
Yeah, and you're like, I
I
feel
could
so
tell.
sorry for you.
in? Yeah.
No, this movie is hugely informative.
Another
Just
funny quote is when the Princess Buttercup, she kisses the king and then she's like, "You've always been so nice to me." She's like she's like, "Once I marry your son, like I'm gonna kill myself." And then
You're a
he's just
bum.
like, "She kissed me."
Yeah,
Completely dismisses her
does
whole
not listen to her at all.
suicide
Yeah.
plea.
that's amazing.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he like dismissed it. He's like, "Oh, that's lovely, dear."
Oh, that's what he said, yeah.
That's right. I'm gonna
She
kill
kissed me.
myself.
Oh, that's lovely, dear.
There will be no survivors.
I am the Dread Pirate Roberts.
I thought that was kind of funny. I never understood that as a kid. Like when Wesley explains to Buttercup, he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, the Dread Pirate Roberts, and someone else was the pirate before him, and we just passed this down from generation to generation and stuff." And it's
Yeah.
like, that's kind of cool.
Hmm.
And he's like, "I wasn't the Dread Pirate Roberts." He's like, "I started out as a swab hand, and he spared my life, and I took a like to him. And if you do this job for a few years, you'll have a fleet of your own,
On
and
all my relatives, even the ones that aren't feeling so great, I am your man.
we'll never survive." Nonsense. You're only saying that because no one ever has. Like such incredible lines from this movie, dude. My Wesley.
The
Uh,
cliffs of insanity.
Also, nothing is funnier than when after she pushes him down the hill, her throwing herself down the hill.
my love.
What have I done?
Yeah, and
Wesley.
they're tumbling down, and you could totally see it's like a guy in a dress. It's like
Yeah,
this
Yeah.
he's
one
just
clip
getting
where
wrecked.
clearly a stunt man
Yeah,
taking
Uh,
a
no
tumble
way
down.
they're forcing a girl to do that, especially back then. They would
Every
have to.
time I see
Ugh.
in the UK, or I don't know if it's Britain or UK or wherever, those backwards people, they do a competition where they roll a block of cheese down the hill. Have you
I'm
guys
pretty sure
seen
that's
this?
I've
Ireland,
heard of that.
actually.
Oh, is it Ireland?
Yeah, and
I
yeah,
don't
they
freaking
just
know. The
yeah,
guys that talk
they
funny.
literally have ambulances on hand because
Yeah.
people literally like
So they roll
break
a block of
like
cheese down the hill and everyone runs down the hill. Have you seen this, Jordan?
you have to try to
It's a
beat the
downhill running
wheel of cheese
competition
and
and all these and the hill is as steep as like it is in Princess Bride. And everyone just starts sprinting and then eventually you lose your footing and you just start tumbling. And you just fall, you break your wrist, you land funny. It's insane. And you can watch it. They have it like shot on high def cameras and you could just see people tumbling down in slow motion. They're like, let's do a replay on this one. You just see some guy just like just like eating it on the hillside. It is unreal, and I don't know why it's a real. Yeah, there it is.
Oh my gosh. That's
Yeah, Jordan, I'll send you
insane.
some videos that are insane, and you're like, I didn't even know
Oh
this is
my
a real
gosh.
sport, but it kind of makes
Dude,
sense.
it's just like
Something
the
about,
running of the bulls in Spain, dude.
well,
Yeah.
yeah, but like, there's something about running down a hill
That's
as fast as you can. You know, when you were kids and then you took a tumble and you're like, I guess I'll just roll down this hill now. It's kind of what
yeah.
it was. So,
Just like Hot Rod.
and let's not forget, Wesley, as much of a gentleman as he was, he threatened to beat a lady. I mean, mad props, man. Let's go, man. Your woman talks out of line, threatened to smack her across the face. That was a warning, Your Highness. Next time I will not be so forgiving. I'm like, dang, that aged really well. Oh, so good. Rodents of unusual size.
all right, do we want to get to what we've seen lately?
Go,
Mm,
Cameron.
one last thing, I like when they're fighting and he's strangling him and he's like carrying on a conversation. He's like, why should that make a difference? He's smashing him against those rocks. Like, I love it. So good. So anyway,
Cameron.
When was the last time we were on the episode? It was, I'm trying to
Like a
think.
month ago.
Yeah, it was like, yeah. Have I talked about the rental family? Maybe not.
I remember you had suggested that it was good.
Yeah, because
which
was our last episode Ace Ventura?
I think so.
I think so.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. Well,
Been a hot minute.
I watched Rental Family in theaters. It's the new
Brendan Fraser.
yeah, Brendan Fraser movie, and yeah,
What Ace Ventura was not. It's Santa Claus. That was the last one.
Yeah, that's Santa Claus
Oh,
coming.
he
uh,
missed it though, I think, right? You weren't on there, Cameron?
yeah, but I
Can't
watched it
miss.
with
Well,
um
well, then Frankenstein would be your last one if you were there.
okay. Um
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Frankenstein
right.
was
Because
your
I
last one.
thought I went on to the Santa Claus one thinking we were talking about Frankenstein.
but
Mm.
yeah,
It's pretty much the same movie, dude.
I watched the Now You See Me trilogy, and it goes from, and I know you guys disagree. I think it's all bad, but I think it goes from great to all right too
Wait,
bad.
which one? What trilogy?
The Now You See Me.
Wait, you just said that each movie got worse. I don't see where we disagree.
Well, I
Yeah, I
know that
will. We would. I
Jordan.
would start. I would start the first one on all right, and then just
Yeah,
not
see,
great
Oh,
and
okay.
worse.
You like the first one though?
yeah, I think the first
Yeah.
one's really fun.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's all
That's
right.
not what
All
I said. I
right.
said really fun, and then you said, "Yeah, it's all right."
Jordan gives two McConaughey's. It's all right. All right.
No, Jordan's gonna be like, "Yeah, it's all right." 1 star. I'm like, that is not a movie that is all right. That is a movie that you hate.
Yeah, that is bearable. Half a star. That's unbearable.
Is that your rating system?
The
You'll give a
scoring
movie one
actually
star
makes
and you'll
no
be like,
sense.
it's all right.
Yeah, what's it'll blow me away. It's so funny. Jordan will give something like 1.5 stars, and
Yeah,
then
like just think about it, Jordan.
his only thing in his
If you
letterbox
rate
review will
something
be a compliment.
49, it means you dislike it more than you like it, right?
It doesn't have to be
See,
graded like you graded things
Like
in
Mm,
school.
he starts at 0 and then
yeah,
yeah,
goes
he's
up
like,
from there. He's
no,
like,
but
oh, this
Ty,
was
it's
that,
good.
true,
Oh,
Cameron.
that was
Cameron, we
good.
should realize that Jordan will spend movie on a money or spend
spend
money
He
on a
will spend
movie
movies
just
on
because
money.
We got
the
money.
poster looked nice in his collection.
It's
no,
true. No, that's totally true.
it's
But
so funny because I'll just read a review from Jordan. I'm like, it's like 1.5 stars. I'm like, oh, he must have hated this, and it's like, and then he's like, oh, I really like the set design, and I thought there were some fun characters, and I'm like, wait, what? You only had good things to say about it, and you gave it 1.5 stars?
Because
Like,
those were the only good things. And sometimes, Grant, you said I start from bottom up. Actually, sometimes if the movie starts out good, I'm like, oh, this is like 3 stars. And then progressively, as the movie goes on, I'm like, you wasted my time. And I like drop it down to a 0.
Yeah, but then you like, yeah, he's
that's so
interesting.
funny. Jordan's
But
just sitting there with the counter and the ratings just dropping
It
as
happens.
the
Yeah. Half a
longer the
star, half a
movie
star, half a
goes
star.
on.
but and then yeah, but Rental Family,
Um,
it's so good. I kind of already plugged it and talked about it to you guys, but I just really recommend it. It's essentially like just talking about. It's such an interesting concept. It's just about like he like is a like a rental dad for a couple of these people, and in like another situation he's like playing.
Wait, so how does this work? Like you're
This is
going
like
to
a
a party
Nathan.
and you got to bring your fake dad? Like what? I don't get it.
Well,
This is
so
like the
like
rehearsal.
yeah, no, like it kind of is, but there's like in Japan, like there's like stigmatized around kind of mental health and stuff like that. So there's certain things that it's just easier to pretend. And so he's an American actor who's living in Japan, and then he gets hired by this company to like be like a rental person. And so in some cases, like he does, like he's a rental friend for a guy who wants somebody to play video games with him. And so he goes over to his house every single day and like plays video games, and it almost always, for the most part, people aren't like the actual people receiving it aren't aware that it's a rented. So like one of the things, a daughter of a really famous actor who was actually in Seven Samurai, she's like worried that her father feels forgotten and he's starting to lose his memory, and that she's like, I'm worried that he feels like nobody cares about him anymore. So she hires him to be a fake reporter to do, saying he's going to do like an expose on his life. So things like that, where it's like really interesting, where he kind of is
Mm,
playing a role of like trying to, because essentially his goal is to um like reach an emotion, or like elicit an emotion, instead of like, oh, we're trying to get this done or whatever. It's like trying to make a person feel like cared for or loved. Or
mm.
another like time, he plays like a dad of a girl who her dad like walked out on them or whatever, but the mom wants like her to have, she's like struggling with self-esteem, and she's like, I think it also like it's kind of circling around the fact she like her dad left, but she didn't know her dad.
I know
And
that
so
they're
that's what.
hiring like young men are hiring like women to pretend to be their dates, like their fiancés or girlfriends when they go visit their parents. I've heard of that being a
Mhm.
thing. I've just never heard this. Like,
Yeah.
so he's not so much of like a father, but he is a person that's filling a role for someone.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's
Okay,
the thing, is
because what's it called again? It's rental
called
family.
Rental Family. Yeah.
Okay, so I can understand it. For some reason, I was just like imagining like, oh, here's my dad. Like,
Yeah.
here's my not real
No,
father
no, and that's
at
what
this
he kind of
family
talks about.
dinner.
He's like, well, isn't it weird? But like, for example,
Yeah.
it like it's kind of their version of therapy, because sometimes what they'll even do is like they'll be like, hey, you're gonna play my dad, and I'm just gonna need to vent to you and say all these things that I struggled
Yeah,
that you did to me.
right.
And then it's pretty interesting, because it's just kind of is showing these people trying to work through these emotions or whatever, but like they can't really face it in because of like the stigmatized, like with
Here's
mental
my
health. Like,
prediction. Does Brendan Fraser like reconnect with his real family? Does he have someone that he's disconnected to in his life?
Kinda not really.
Trying to predict the movie, that's all. No, I shot my
Yeah.
wad. That's all.
But then I also watched Wedding Crashers because it was playing in theaters, because why not? It's a masterpiece. It gets funnier every single time I watch it. Um, and it was the first time that Allie watched it in like from start to finish, and so funny. Um,
Maybe never use that phrase ever again, Ty. We'll talk about it after the pod.
What
Yeah,
phrase?
never
What?
mind. Just go. I'm not gonna re-say it.
Wait. What did I say?
I'm
That
so
was so...
confused.
I'm so
Now we're gonna get
confused.
stuck on it. I should have just waited till after the
Yeah,
pod. All
you
right,
really
go,
should have. I'm not gonna keep
Cameron.
moving on
What?
until you
I'm
tell
so
me what.
confused.
I'll
Anyways,
tell you
Dad,
at
what did I
the
say?
soft
I'll tell you
mattress.
at the end.
Soft mattress? Yeah, it could have been that. Or the midnight rape. And then I showed Allie Enemy, and yeah, it like it's just a masterpiece and it's amazing. And she was so confused. And we watched the explainer video, and then she was like, wow, that was actually really good. Um and Jake, of course, is amazing. And then I finally watched Materialist. I'd kind of been wanting to watch that because it was Celine Song, the Past Lives Girls second movie. It was just all right. It's like Chris Evans, Dakota Johnson, and Pedro Pascal. Like there was good parts about it, but it kind of just felt it just didn't really make sense. And a lot of people are calling it broke boy propaganda. It's just funny because it's like, yeah, could you want to be with like this super successful, amazing, wealthy guy, or like your poor ex who like you get kind of have a toxic relationship with? The poor ex, right? It's like, wait, why? Um, and it was just all right. There was like obviously amazing cinematography and good performances, but
It's
I
a
don't know.
self-insert for the insecure writer or something.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just kind of like a because it was a really interesting concept because it was kind of like reverse Hitch where it's like the girl is she's a matchmaker or whatever, but she's like super cynical, um, and doesn't really believe in love or whatever. And then Pedro Pascal kind of comes along and is like wealthy and has everything kind of that she wants. And then it's like, but I don't know that this is actually what I want. Maybe I want to have a unhappy marriage with Chris Evans. And it's like, I mean, I guess. And then
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless
I
Mind.
finally watched the Revenge of the Sith with Allie, and she hated it, of course, because sad ending. At the moment he killed the youngling, she was like, "This is so dumb." And I was like, "Yeah, sorry."
Just
I
like,
said,
can we get back to Jar Jar Binks? At least he was
yeah,
pleasant.
at least he wasn't murdering
At
children.
least he wasn't murdering
Um,
children,
yeah, and
even
then
though he orchestrated everything.
on the Pedro Pascal train, I watched the Fantastic Four, and yeah, it was all right. I think it's like a good-ish direction for Marvel to go. I mean, their full last final Hail Mary is going to be the Spider-Man movie this year and Doomsday, which people are trying to get called Doomsday because it's coming out. Dune Messiah and Avengers Doomsday are coming out the same day, so they're talking
Oh,
like
geez.
Barbenheimer 2.0. So they're calling it
Oh,
Doomsday.
I thought Denny was taking
That's
a
a chill
break
move. I
from.
would see the double feature because at least to see, because I do want to see the final nail in the coffin of Marvel.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be the
Witness
final. You
history.
know, they're just gonna keep going.
Yeah, it's just funny that they're trying so hard, like they're with the Avengers Doomsday, because Robert Downey Jr. is coming back as Doctor Doom,
Doctor
and then
Doom.
Captain, and then Chris Evans is coming back. I don't know
Now,
what
do you
role he's
guys know
playing, but
anything?
Oh my gosh, are you
Is he
serious?
yeah.
Iron Man reincarnate, or is he like just playing the
No, I
villain with
think
a
It's
I think
probably
it's
a
mask on
whole
that's not
technically
supposed to
I
be
multiversal
think it is
relevant?
thing.
technically canon that there's an alternate Tony Stark who becomes
Doom
Doctor Doom.
instead of Iron Man.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So he's just like the villain because he's from a multiverse where he's evil.
yeah.
See,
It's
this
just
is the
Marvel being
problem
like,
with
hey,
movies
you
like
guys
this.
We
It's
liked
have
the
the
like
first
best
Avengers,
villain
right?
ever,
yeah,
King.
Yeah. Um,
King.
and
Yeah,
then
dude. It turns
So
out he really does beat
underwhelming, dude.
women.
And then I watched the new Wake Up Dead Man, the new Knives Out with the family, and yeah, it was pretty good. I mean not as like better than the second, but for me not even close to as good as the first. The first is just like so
Dead Man
succinct.
Walking, right?
Yeah.
Better than
Like I
Glass Onion, though.
Oh,
no, yeah, for sure.
100%
Yeah,
For
better.
way
sure.
Yeah.
better
Way
than
better than
Glass Onion.
Glass Onion, but like and it was still like really enjoyable, and it was kind of interesting that it was like more of a focus on religion than like the mystery. Like the mystery was still part of it, but I don't know. I just like at times I just also prefer I just wish there was more evil people. Because that's what I loved about the first one is that everyone's like kind of Game of Thrones and Succession-esque where they're like, oh, I want the money. And so it's just like you just see how everyone's like trying to manipulate everyone. And then I showed Allie the game. Oh, and no, I showed Grant. maybe both.
Yeah.
Oh, and, yeah, Grant and Elise and Allie and yeah, it's so good, dude. It's so funny because that's what
It's
um
like psych,
well, because
psych, psych.
yeah, Elise asked me, she was like, "Well, is the ending happy?" And I was like,
How do
"Um,
I say this without
yes
spoiling
and
anything?
no." And she was like,
Dude,
"That doesn't really
you should
help." And
just
I'm
turn
like,
it off as he jumps.
"Yeah,
Just
exactly."
turn the movie
But
off.
like, you don't want to see it.
Like, yeah, we don't
It's
need to
very
keep
graphic.
watching.
I know. I'm not like, because that's, I'm like, how do you describe that ending? It's like, well, he tries to kill himself, and then it's revealed that they knew he was going to try to kill himself, and if they wasn't
And
going
he's
to kill himself,
totally
they were going
cool
to
with his
push him
brother
off.
doing all of that.
And
And so then, and then
and they
everyone
push him
celebrates
to commit
him.
suicide
Yeah, so
so he
everyone
can
celebrates him
heal.
committing suicide, and then he chases after the girl and goes have coffee with her at the airport, and it's like, that's happy, right? I'm like, I'm worried about Michael Douglas's health is what I'm worried about. And then also showed Grant and Elise, the accountant. So good, especially the first one is just really fun and just like a really clever concept.
Especially just the first one.
The second one's also good. You're crazy. And then watched Naked Gun 33 and a third, The Final Insult, and definitely the worst of the three.
Yeah.
It's honestly the worst of the four.
It's
I
just
think
not
I think for me
nearly
it
as
goes
funny.
one, two, four, three. I know you guys will probably disagree and have four higher,
Is
but
four, you mean
um
like the
The
remake
remake.
with
yeah, the
Liam?
remake, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah, it,
I'd
it
agree
it
with
just
that.
had like it had a couple of funny jokes, but then it was just also just like, yeesh, yeah, this is not landing as well. The first two are hilarious, especially
Yeah.
the first one.
I
Uh,
need to watch the first one still. I
Rank that
started with
Police
the second
Squad.
one,
Yeah,
or I
it's
started
yeah,
with
so
the
good.
I'd be
remake.
down to rewatch the first one
Or
with you.
wait, no, I watched the second one first.
And then me and Jordan watched Time Crimes, um, which that movie would have been like absolutely mind blowing, and I would have been like, this is a masterpiece if I
I
hadn't.
watched like parts of it throughout, and I was like, "What the fudge is
Yeah, if
happening?"
I hadn't seen Triangle, and Allie also called it like in the beginning, but it's literally just the triangle thing where like the
Yeah.
the evil person is that's hunting them is themselves in a future, and so it's like, oh yeah. When I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, it's like triangle. But I'm like, I'm sure if I saw it for the first time, I'd be like, oh, that's so good, especially because I
Did you
do love
see
like time
Looper,
loop.
Cameron?
Yeah,
Oh,
I,
okay.
I actually enjoyed
With the
Looper.
CGI
Yeah.
Bruce Willis,
I
right?
need to rewatch it, but I when I first watched it, I'm pretty sure I gave it like an 8 or 9. I really enjoyed it. Like
I'm
obviously there's
amazed at how
so many
good
plot
Joseph
holes.
Gordon-Levitt looked like Bruce Willis, but I'm amazed at how not like Bruce Willis looked in a wig.
Wait, didn't they
I just
CGI
couldn't
his
believe it.
face
I
a
was
little bit
like,
or
the
no?
most unbelievable thing in this whole
No,
Can't
movie is
remember.
Bruce Willis
Jason
had hair
Gordon-Levitt, he
ever.
had this weird nose thing, and it was
Yeah, they gave
bugging
him
me the
like,
whole movie.
yeah, I remember it was like
We
off.
know Jordan those weird things. Jordan's like, yeah, 1 star. The nose thing
Well,
was
you
really
know what
throwing me
happened? They were
off.
like, well, hey, Bruce Willis, could we put you in the makeup chair and make you look a little bit more like Joseph Gordon-Levitt so he doesn't have to do 8 hours of makeup every morning? He's like, forget about it.
I love he
And then
just put a
Joseph
wig
Gordon-Levitt's like,
on.
yeah, yeah, I'll
Yeah, the wig
accommodate
was
Bruce Willis. And he
hilarious.
did 8 hours of makeup.
And then I showed the family So I Married an Axe Murderer. It didn't hold up as well as I remembered for the first time watching it with Jordan and Tot, but still pretty fun. Grant every 6 seconds was like, "This is so weird. This is weird."
Grant,
I'm
I'm
like,
with you. I do
It
not
was a
like So I
weird
Married an Axe Murderer.
movie.
I don't
Well,
like Mike
like
Myers or Michael Myers,
his
whatever his name
oh,
is.
his humor was very
It's so
cringy.
bad.
I
It
love it.
was
I think
very
he did one good
cringy.
performance
So
in
good.
like Shrek, I think it was.
The whole poetry slam part could have been cut out of the
hey, he's
movie, and
good in
I would
Inglorious
have
Bastards, Ty.
lived a
What? The
better life.
poetry's the
Yeah, yeah,
best. Oh my
baby. I
gosh.
always
It's
forget that he's
so
in there. But
bad.
no,
Whoa,
that
man.
also wasn't
Whoa,
in the
man.
Whoa, man.
Oh man.
movie.
Grant just kept being like,
We
"Oh,
always would
what is
quote
so weird?"
like, "Have you ever get to a ledge you just ever want to push someone off?" It's like, no, no, I've never thought that. Like, it's funnier when we quote it than it is in the movie because you watch it and you're like, "Oh, he's doing the thing," but it's not as funny as when we do it. I don't know. Like, and his
I,
whole dad being grumpy and grouchy, and I think it's so
dude,
cringe worthy.
I
I think
love
he
all
duped
the,
everyone to thinking he was funny, and
The
maybe he
he
was
only the
is.
only
SNL days. He
reason
probably was really
that whole
funny.
thing with him being the dad, I was like, oh, now I can hear Shrek's voice. That was the only
That's
thing I
literally
got
Shrek.
out of
It's
it.
true. Without So I Married an Axe Murderer, you probably don't have Shrek as some Irish dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly.
Scottish actually. But
Scottish.
and then we rewatched Mr. Mom. I that movie is so good, especially watching it with dad. Oh my gosh, it's even better.
Yeah, my wife was like laughing so hard when he's like the guy like attacks her And then she throws him over the couch and he's like, "Oh, playing hard to get, huh?" Just like,
There's it, and just like seeing him have like a nightmare trying to be like the mom is just so funny. And just
I
like
need to
the
rewatch that because I'll
vacuum.
be honest, I watched Multiplicity. I remember thinking like there's three or four good jokes in here, whereas like the premise gets played out pretty quickly.
really,
Is
I
Mr. Mom
love
hold up? Like, is
Multiplicity.
that funnier?
Dude,
Like,
Mr. Mom, I
Multiplicity is
think is
so
a
good.
little bit better than Multiplicity, but
okay.
it also just holds up so well just because it kind of juxtaposes so well, showing how like men think that stay-at-home mom is the easiest thing ever, and then like I feel like sometimes women are like, "What do you go to work and you just do things and you get paid a ton of money? That's so easy. You know what I have to do?" And so it's
Hmm.
just fun seeing each of them struggle with the other one and be like, "Man, I don't want her job," and her being like, "I don't want his job." And I feel like it's just kind of like a good message where it's like, no, both of you are actually doing a lot of like really hard and like terrible things, but like at the same time, it's like working together. So I
Yeah.
think it's I
No,
and
I have to watch the kids for a couple hours. I'm like, how do you do this all day, every day?
I also can't help but like every time I hear the title Mr. Mom, I know it's the Michael Keaton movie, but I can't help but think of Mr. Nanny by Hulk Hogan, where he like goes watches some kids. I don't know why, but like Mr. Nanny, I can't
I
unhear
just
it or
think of
see it.
I
So
just
I
think
always
of
think of
what's
Hulk
his name
Hogan when I
from
hear
the I just think of the pacifier.
or yeah, or Vin Diesel's password. Exactly. It's that movie with Michael
And then
Keaton.
he's like, "You're a neo-Nazi," and he's like, "I'm gonna play." I'm like, what? That is a scene that I like will randomly think about. I'm like, how are they like teasing neo-Nazi in some literally child's film? And then I watched Heads of State with my in-laws, and it was actually pretty funny. It's John Cena, Idris Elba, and I didn't realize that they had done like a decent amount of stuff together, like the Suicide Squad and stuff like that. And yeah, it was just like pretty like fun, like cheesy lines or whatever. But and John Cena just being John Cena, but there were some crazy brutal deaths that Loki thought they were gonna turn it off because like one of the deaths, like the dude has like a teapot and he like pours hot like water
Hot
into the
water.
dude's mouth and it shoves like the tea kettle into like murders him. I'm like, oh. Um, but it's like cheesy but fun. And then
Jim Strong?
Fun killing someone with a teapot.
no, yeah, there's just like some action sequences that I'm like, they lived
How
that.
about some hot chocolate, huh?
No, but
That's
the
good.
what's his name? Jack Quaid steals the show. He's Huey Grant from The Boys.
Mhm.
And he is so good. He has like a 15-minute scene where he's like this super random agent that's like in a off he's like in Ukraine or whatever, and normally they're like never involved with it, but the essentially the plot is that the president and the prime minister of England both are in the plane at the same time and it gets shot down and they're the only two survivors. And so he like comes into their safe house or whatever and Jack Quaid just like, "Oh my gosh, I've been waiting for this moment for like ever," or whatever. And then people try to invade and then he like kind of Home Alone defends the place or whatever. It's a really fun scene. Like if you I wouldn't recommend necessarily watching the movie, but to watch a Jack Quaid scene is really fun.
It's
And
so funny
then
because they did the same thing in Running Man. Michael
oh
Cera
really?
has the same scene that Jack Quaid does, where he home alones people that come into his house, and
Oh really?
it's just kind of out of nowhere. But
Yeah, that
yeah, it
is
didn't
random.
work as well in Running Man, but I think it worked better in House Heads of State.
Did you see Heads of State?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, fun.
yeah. Jim
Um
Strong. He always calls him Jim Strong, which makes me
yeah,
laugh when he's talking to John Cena.
yeah.
It's just
Um
like Idris Elba plays like the UK Prime Minister or or whatever, and then John Cena plays the president, which is really hard for me to get my head around. But then, like, I remembered we do have Donald Trump as
yeah.
president. There's less believable people than John Cena, and I think we're just
Yeah.
days away from voting in like The Rock or
Yeah,
some
or
country singer.
Timothy Chalamet. We're trying to start voting in actors or celebrities.
Yeah,
Because I mean, like
we're
JFK
this
was
close.
an actor. I'm like, yeah, we're
Uh,
close to being like,
no,
oh,
you
this person has
forget
a
though,
lot of
Cameron.
social
It'll
media
be like
followers. You can
Mr.
run the
Beast or
country. Like,
something. It'll be some YouTuber. He's like,
yeah,
It's
Mr.
just be
Beast.
sure to like, share, and subscribe. Oh, that's right. I'm the president.
For my
it
next video, we're gonna be invading Iraq.
Yeah. Tune
the
in next week and be sure to stay, your
Whatever,
comments or whatever
whatever comment
notification.
gets the most likes is the country we'll be invading next.
If I get 10,000 likes, I won't nuke the world planet.
okay, wait, two things. So, Mr. Beast, the Beast Games came out today, season two,
Did it
the
Oh,
really?
first
good.
episode. And then
Is he allowed to kill people yet? Because tell me when
I
it is,
He's
then
this
I'll start
close. He's
watching.
like, if I get enough consent and I offer enough
there
money, they'll allow me to kill
there's
everyone.
actually a cartoon on YouTube where a guy said he's like because he like cures people's eyes and stuff. He's like this video, and it's an animated video with Mr. Beast, and he's like this video, I'm gonna blind 1,000 people. He's just stabbing at their eyes.
I'm gonna
That's great.
take away a
And
thousand
everybody's
people's
like,
eyesight.
wait, what?
That's so funny. Will you go 1,000 days blind? Yeah,
Oh wait,
every
wait,
video
and
I
then
said.
on an interview actually on Joe Rogan, The Rock said people approached him to like start a
To
political
campaign?
thing, so to be the next president, and he's like, I don't want to. So that's
Good,
funny you
because
mentioned that,
The
Ty.
Rock, dude, you can
That's
barely
crazy.
act. I'd love to see you run a country, dude.
Yeah.
I
You can
mean,
also barely jump. Did you watch Skyscraper? There's like a scene
they
where he's
got
supposed to jump and he
Hey,
sinks so
the Rock,
fast.
the Rock is great in Tooth Fairy. I don't know what you're talking about.
Haven't seen that one.
Ty, we
No,
had Arnold
Oh
Schwarzenegger
man.
as I mean, as
as a
governor.
governor.
Governor of
Governor.
California. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you imagine going into meetings with him, bro? I would just be laughing the entire time trying to hold it in. So tell me about the legislation. And you're like, yeah, okay, okay. And then I watched We Live in a Time, Andrew Garfield, Florence Pugh. Um, I thought it would be right up my alley because it's depressing and beautiful, like looking because it's A24. Um, but it was almost like it was depressing, but it was like too bleak. It wasn't like a good depressing. It was just like, yeah, miserable, right? And life sucks. And I was like, oh, okay. But like,
But would you say that Manchester by the Sea also has this problem? Because
Yeah,
I
I was
feel like
no,
like,
you're like,
Cameron,
oh,
that's not your
that's a
no,
favorite
no.
kind of
See, I
perfect.
movie.
know.
Cameron
Okay,
loves
see
that
that
movie.
it's
I
hard
still
I
to
haven't seen
know,
it
but I
yet,
don't know
but he
what the
keeps
no.
difference
See,
like,
is.
but it's
You're
hard to
just
explain.
saying bleak. I'm like,
But
there's
Manchester,
not a single movie as bleak as Manchester
no,
by
see,
the
but
Sea.
Manchester, I feel like the message and the overall feeling of it is like more of like understanding and experiencing grief, whereas like we live in a time just felt more like saying like, yeah, this just sucks or whatever. Because it's an interesting concept. Like we live in a time because it's about essentially a girl who gets cancer or whatever, and she's like not wanting to go through chemo and all that because she's like, I'd rather live a strong 6 months than a miserable 12. And then she's also like, I don't want my daughter to like remember me as like the cancer mom that died. She's like, I want her to
I don't
like
want her to see me bald.
she's like, I want her
Oh,
to like have memories of me actually doing impressive things. So she like participates in like cooking competitions because she's a chef and it's things like that. But I was like, there was a lot of like really good elements
This
in the
sounds
first.
so hopeful and wonderful.
Yeah, and like in the first half, I loved it because their chemistry is great, and the way they meet is Florence Pugh hits Andrew Garfield with her car, and like to the point where he's like in a neck brace, and then she like offers to take him out to like dinner afterwards because she feels bad, and he's like eating pancakes in like a like one
a
of the
neck
neck
brace.
braces.
The
Yeah.
neck brace.
And so it's just really funny. Um, but yeah, I just the second half was just kind of like depressing and I don't know. Which I do love like depressing movies, so that's why I was just surprised I didn't love it more. And then I showed my in-laws Red Eye because none of them had seen it. I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" And I
Oh.
refused to show them a trailer, and I'm so glad because the first half, like they're all kind of like, "Oh my gosh, their chemistry is really good" or whatever. And then it's like the 20 minutes in when it switches and you're like, yeah, this guy's a psycho. And literally there's nothing better. I like also Rachel McAdams in that movie is literally the best protagonist ever because she does everything that you would like tell because that's the worst part about like some thrillers. It's like, oh my gosh, you're gonna run that way, or like you're not gonna yell, you're not gonna. She tries to do everything. It's just like Killian is such a good like antagonist that he just catches everything. Like when he like shoves her into the bathroom or whatever, and it's like, and the way she wrote it on the mirror too, like, uh, 18F has a bomb. Like that's so genius. Not saying like he's kidnapping me or threatening me, just saying he has a bomb. And then that neck, the stab of the pen, dude, that will forever make me afraid of pens, dude. Just and when he's chasing after her and like when he's like talking to her, oh, so good.
I need to rewatch that. I think I've only seen it like once.
Yeah, and yeah, there's so many things that she just does that are just awesome. Um, And it's also
The only one
just
that makes a
so
dumb decision is dad, but I mean, I don't know how he's
yeah.
supposed to know that his life was threatened, but
Yeah.
he just seems so
He's watching a
stupid. You're like,
comedy.
Dad, come on.
Yeah, he's watching a comedy movie eating warmed up lasagna, and you're supposed to be like, you gotta think, Dad.
Yeah. Dad, come on. Everything's too
You
great.
gotta know there's a giant conspiracy going
Gotta
on.
know that your daughter's involved with some shady people.
Yeah. And then I watched The Assessment. I had started it and I was like really interested. It started off super good. It's essentially like this future society that you have to go through what's called the assessment, which is like a week-long assessment of a person living in your home to assess whether or not you are allowed to have a child because it's like the future and the population's like super low and resources are low. So it's like in order to be allowed to have a child, you have to see if you're like good enough to be a parent. And the first like third to a half is really interesting because like their assessor, it feels like Ex Machina because it's the same girl from Ex Machina who's the robot. She just is like she is so annoying and she's essentially playing the kid and just like essentially is the worst child ever to see like how they can handle it. And but at the same
So
time she
she
just
behaves like a child?
yes, but but she'll never tell you like I'm gonna be the child now. She just will phase in and out of that, and it's like, and so many times they're like, is it you or like is it the child? And she's like, it's always me, and you're like, what? It's just like really
She just like
uncomfortable.
spills a glass of milk on the floor and she's like, pick that up or something. Like,
Well, yeah, and just like at parties or whatever, she's like, I don't want this, and then she's like I want to say, and it's just like so. She's like the most annoying child ever. Um, but the first half is so good because it's kind of like a psychological thriller, and then the second half is just like more drama, and it was just kind of like depressing because I doubt you guys will ever watch it. Will you? Probably not.
only if I find out that you said if they end up like deciding to kill the assessor, so they
No,
kill
see,
the
I was hoping
assistant.
that I was like, no, they should
Yeah,
kill her. But they she essentially just becomes so bad and like burns down like one of the like their greenhouse that the girl had spent her entire life doing, and then
she's
she
like, if you
essentially
had a kid, they might have done that. They might
yeah,
have
and then
burned
she
the
was, and
house.
then so she's like, you guys unfortunately did not pass, and she's like, an assessor's opinion is final, and then it's later revealed that nobody's passed the test in 6 years because they don't actually have enough resources. But she's like, but if we stop the program, it'd be bad for morale, and so she's like, our jobs as assessors is to intentionally make everyone fail, so they just try to make them look like the worst parents ever.
This movie is dumb, dude,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
that's
exactly. When it was that
amazing.
reveal, I was
Uh,
just like, yeah, I wish you would have just gone the psychological thriller route of like
we
what's
just
kind of
make your
going
life a
on.
living hell. Yeah, sorry for
Yeah,
no reason.
yeah, and so she's literally just like, I'm sorry for,
The noble
uh,
lie.
yeah,
I
and
should
it's
love it,
like,
but I hate it.
okay, but and
That's
then I
hilarious.
also watched, I rewatched Unknown. It didn't hold up as well. I'm so glad I
Is
didn't.
this the one where they all get octane and they pass out in that warehouse?
No, this is Liam Neeson.
Oh, but
It's
he
Unknown.
also gets amnesia.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
like,
yes.
and I'm so glad I was like, do you guys want me to describe it? And they're like, no, we can just watch it because I was like, oh, it's kind of like Jason Bourne, and then they're like, okay, yeah, we'll just watch it. And then the entire time they were like, oh my gosh, why are all these bad things happening? And I'm so glad because I would have just described it as like, oh, there's an assassin who loses his memory, but I didn't realize that like isn't revealed until like the final 15 minutes. It's like he was an assassin. I was like, thank goodness I didn't say anything describing this movie. But it was good. It just didn't hold up as well. It's just like it's hard because like I'm just also in my head comparing it to Jason Bourne, and I'm like, Jason Bourne is just so good, and then this is like, oh yeah, it's fun. It's just like kind of like a typical kind of like middle of the
Because this
road.
was after he did Taken stuff, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah. So it's just kind of capitalizing on it's just a Liam Neeson action one that's like it's
Yeah.
not bad, but it's not like amazing. And then I rewatched Nacho. It'd been so long, and dude, it's
Nacho
literally a
Libre.
masterpiece. Yeah, it's so
Oh,
good.
Grant didn't know what
Like,
it was.
and I
it's
also
like
I
Nacho. I was like,
oh
what?
Nacho Libre. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I rewatched Nachos.
in
I
my
love nachos.
in my review, I said Sister Encarnacion is Ana de Armas before Ana de Armas because dude, she is bad. And, and also, I just like I'm like I don't think that
Uh,
Jack Black has ever given a better performance. Like it's
I'm
like
gonna debate you there on School of Rock. I
School
think
of Rock
School of
is
Rock is his
close,
best.
but to me,
that's
I just
very, yeah, that's very Jack Black just doing like being Jack Black, but
Yeah, whereas like
I think he's better in Nacho
yeah,
Libre.
and I can't tell if it's just because the writing is just so good in Nacho Libre that I'm just like, ugh, it's just every single character just has lines that you're just like the old priest where this is the worst meal I've ever had in my life. Just so good.
Others. This
And
is the
then
worst meal.
I watched Ocean's 12. I was just kind of disappointed because I was like because I mean Ocean's 11 is a masterpiece and is so good, and then Ocean's 12 I just feel like because I think Ocean's 11 is like a top 10 easily heist movie of all time, and then Ocean's 12 I was like this is literally just like a summary of like hey, this is like where's everyone at post Ocean's 11, and then it was just kind of like the twist at the end of being like yeah, well, we already stole it from the beginning, so we were pretending to be bad at stealing it. I was like, what? I'm like, what is that the twist? And also, like, I'm like, obviously you're acting these certain way for like the audience, but I'm like, when nobody's around, why are you being like, guys, we gotta figure this out? I'm like, I don't get that part. Like, there's just a lot of plot holes when you try to do the whole bait and switch with that. I'm like, yeah, it just starts to fall apart the more you think about it. But still, overall, really good. And Brad Pitt has never looked sexier. I'm like debating between that and Meet Joe Black. I'm like, holy crap, dude. I get why. And Brother still looks good today in F1. Um, don't worry, I'm almost there. And then I rewatched The Holdovers. Just so good. It's like it unfortunately took three watchings because I was trying to show Alex and Clinton, and then we watched an hour of it one night, and then 30 minutes of the other night. I'm like, what the fudge is wrong with you guys? So then, and then they left, and so I had to just finish it with Al's a different time. But yeah, it's just so good, and it's
Did
what's
they
his
just go to bed or what?
yeah. They were just like, oh, we're tired, and I'm like,
I
how
get
can
it. The
you?
movie's not exact. Well, I mean, it's a
Yeah,
feel-good movie, but it's not the most riveting movie. It's
and
kind of
I
slow.
think it's Marty Fox's best performance ever.
Is that the kid?
No, Marty Fox
Right.
is from Big Fat Liar. It's what's his name?
Marty Fox.
Paul Giamatti.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm
Giamatti.
blue,
Marty
Abadi, Abadi.
Fox.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm sorry, but you are not allowed to refer to the actor Paul Giamatti
It's
as
literally the
Marty
only
Fox in
it's
his
the
as his
only like
role
movie
It's
that
just
in The
Cameron
it,
and I
Big
know,
Fat
bro.
Liar
yeah.
is so
Because
funny.
or I could say Lady in the Water, but like it's just forever
Yeah.
he'll be Big Fat Liar, bro.
Arguably, two of his well, he acts the heck out of that movie, even though that movie's kind of dumb, doesn't hold up, but he acts the heck
Yeah.
out of it. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
But yeah, his performance is just so good. And that's why I
Yeah.
was really bummed is because the kid in the holdovers, he's in the new Now You See Me. And like the script must have just been buns because like he was just like an okay character and like
Mm,
almost like unlikable, which I think like that's what holdovers just nailed it of like the unlikability, but at the same time you realize like, oh my gosh, this kid's life is actually really hard and you just like see kind of why like his life is so difficult. And I love just it just is literally like Dead Poet Society and Breakfast Club and Good
mhm,
Will Hunting like all had a like a child. So and just the way it's shot to make it feel like the 80s is just so impressive.
mm.
And then I watched The Loft because I'd seen Jordan had watched it and also I saw the just like the like essentially the concept or something like that written on a place and I was like, "Oh, that's actually really interesting." It's like a essentially these all of these like six guys share a penthouse that they all use it to like cheat, but then like one of the times there's a like a dead body there. And so then it's like all six of them trying to figure out like who did it. And it was like everyone is the most deplorable character, and there's like no one to cheer for. But that's why it kind of gets fun the longer it goes on because you're like, I kind of hope everyone goes to jail or dies. But
That's interesting.
yeah, and Jordan's review was like, it's so weird seeing Cameron from Modern Family play such a different role because it's yeah, he's like such like he's like a deplorable pig who's just like over sexualizes women all the time. It's hilarious. I'm like, oh well, he's definitely not gay in this one. Um, and
Is that the
then
ginger guy?
no, he's the fat guy.
Chubby guy.
Yeah, who's hilarious. Um, and then I rewatched Thoroughbreds with Allie. I did not remember much about it, like going into. I'm like, I can't really. I'm like, literally the only two things I can remember was her laying down on the couch and cuddling her all bloody, and then all I could remember is the rowing machine sound. I just like all I remember was like I just remember the sound design being insane, and on the rewatch I was like the sound design is actually insane,
Dude, and
and
what's meant by the ending, dude? She just discards her, right? Or yeah,
yeah, well
right?
that's yeah because it's like yeah I
So
don't even
good.
yeah it is just really interesting, and I mean Olivia Cook and Anna Taylor-Joy both give amazing
Yeah.
performances. Like Olivia Cook surprisingly did an amazing sociopath that was just kind of like, and I was like, oh wow, because I
But
think she's
Cameron, who's the
Well,
true
didn't she get like
sociopath, man?
typecasted as that? Like Muriel and a Dying Girl? She's just like,
but she's not
No,
sociopath.
but I
well,
was just gonna
yeah,
say
but
She
though, but like,
definitely is
who's the
more like
bigger
yeah
sociopath, her or Anya Taylor-Joy? Because at the
yeah.
very end, you're
Well,
like,
the Padawan definitely became the master
yeah,
there.
I was like,
Holy cow!
who's the real sociopath here? She
I, lo-
she
I
she was able to out sociopath the sociopath.
well, but see, no,
So
see, but
good.
at the same time, she allowed it to happen because
Yeah.
her chugging the drink and is like, I'm just gonna drink it. I was like,
No,
oh
I
my
know, but like, is that 4D chess? Because at the end, I think it's revealed it's like this is literally someone that just uses and found an opportunity, and
god,
that makes her a scarier sociopath.
yeah,
Because the other one is like kind of like a child in a way,
yeah.
where you're like naive, and then the other one's like, yeah, cold, calculated. It makes me think of Ex Machina in a way, where it's like, dang, that's cold.
Yeah.
Like,
When he's like, "Oh," she's like, "Yeah,
Therapunk's is so
that's
good.
what her capability was." He's like, "The whole test was to see if she would manipulate you into like
Cameron, have you seen
surviving."
Ingrid Goes West?
And what goes west?
Ingrid Goes West. It's
Ingrid,
by
you
Aubrey
need to watch
Plaza,
that.
and it's got Ice Cube's son. I would highly recommend that if
He
you
is
just
so
watched
good.
Thoroughbreds. It's right in that same vein, and it's so good.
Okay, but
Highly
And,
would
and
recommend it.
the who's the guy? He's from
Ice
Game
Cube's son.
Night.
What was
No,
it?
the brother. He's in Game Night. What else is he in?
Oh, the blonde haired dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. He plays the idiot in Game Night. Real life Fight Club. He was
yeah.
in the new Jake Gyllenhaal
But he plays
Roadhouse
such a
movie.
great douchebag in Ingrid Goes West.
Yeah, yeah, he's great. So you're gonna
and
like, but yeah, it's right in Thoroughbreds. It's a
okay.
little more comedic than Thoroughbreds because Thoroughbreds really isn't at all a comedy. This has like elements of like a dark humored comedy, but it is right in that
But I could
Thoroughbred.
argue me and Allie were laughing a lot in Thoroughbreds just because of like
Yeah,
Olivia Cook's honesty or whatever, where she was like, "Were you?" She's like, "6 years ago, when you comforted me at when you're crying with me after my dad's funeral, were you using the technique?" She's like, "Yep."
yeah, yep,
She's like,
yeah, yeah.
"Pretty good, right?"
It's a dark comedy just like that. But again, I think after I watched that movie, I was like, oh, more movies like this, please. So yeah, I would
Yeah,
recommend that if you just watch Thoroughbreds. It's really good.
wait,
Okay,
yeah.
what movie?
Ingrid Goes West.
Ingrid Goes West, yeah.
and then
It's got Aubrey
the
Plaza from she's dating Andy,
Parks and Rec.
yeah, Andy Dwyer or whatever,
Um,
the shoe polisher guy. She always plays like that
the
stone
shoe.
cold. Yeah, Chris
I
Pratt.
know who
I
Chris
couldn't
Pratt
think of his
is.
name. I kept thinking of his acting name, character Andy, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, she's dating Andy, but I'm like Aubrey Plaza. And then if you finish watching that, then Emily the Criminal is freaking good too. That's another good Aubrey Plaza movie. If you
Okay.
haven't seen
And
it.
then the final three things was um I showed Al's a little bit of Death Note, and then that's a side thing, but I watched The Housemaid yesterday, which
Oh
I was
yeah,
expecting
Sydney
it to
Sweeney.
be
You
Obsessed
a
with
fan of
garbage.
Kim.
Sydney Sweeney?
Yeah, it's hard. It gets harder and harder to defend her acting every single time I watch a movie of hers.
I don't
Um,
think she's that great. I haven't
no,
seen
Cameron,
she's actually bad.
it's not her acting. It's she's got good genes, Cameron.
No, yeah, but I was the biggest reason I was wanting to watch it is because Brendan Scalar is like the number one person that's being like essentially like fan casted for the new Batman. And after watching this, I'm so in. Like I'm really
Brett
down for Brendan.
Scalar?
Yeah, Brandon Scalar. He's like
Brandon
in
Scalar?
It Ends With Us. That's the thing is he's in kind of like a lot of like rom-coms. So that's why I didn't really know him super well. I'd only seen him in It Ends With Us. So I wanted to see him in a role where in this he plays like a super wealthy dude who ends up being like a sociopath, and he gives a really good performance. And I was like, dude, yeah. Honestly, it's like I said it's like a poor man's version of American Psycho, where essentially it's Christian Bale's audition to become Bruce Wayne, even though he could have been the Joker. But it's just really good of seeing kind of like somebody that's on the edge. And it had kind of some fun twists and turns, The Housemaid. But yeah, I was just really impressed with Brandon Scalar and his performance. And then after that, we watched Marty Supreme, which I said it in my review. I'm like, I should have known going into a Safdie movie that it's literally just gonna be 2 hours plus of stress. I just didn't. I was expecting it like I was expecting it to be a little bit more of like a Creed, where it's kind of a more like focus on like him as the athlete and like oh him trying to become the best. But like he plays ping pong for maybe 15 to 20 minutes of this movie. And the rest of it is just him trying to freaking get enough money to get to Japan to compete in this tournament. And it's like he's caught up in it's literally like Good Time and Uncut Gems level of like bad money decisions. And it's just like so stressful and just the craziest things that happen. But yeah, Timothy Chalamet's performance is amazing. And the randomest person that I did not expect their performance to be really good was Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank is in this movie playing pretty much himself. He's just a super rude, wealthy dude, and he gives an amazing performance.
Is he
And
like the mostly bald guy?
yeah,
Like with the horseshoe hair?
uh-huh, yeah. But yeah, but I mean, Timothy gives a great performance, and I just wish I would have gone in expecting, understanding this movie is not about him becoming the best ping pong player and like kind of showing that. This movie is about like showing obsession and like essentially the chaos of trying to like of being poor and trying to chase your dreams. Because I feel like if I would have gone with that, I would have been like, oh, okay. Because I was expecting the entire time to be like, okay, so like, when are we gonna achieve our dreams? Why are we still poor and struggling so much? And it's like it's the level of it's just the typical Safdie uncomfortableness of like, hey, you're gonna let me sleep tonight, right? No, come on, like me and my sister, we just need a place to stay tonight. Like, come on, we're really good buddies. You'll just let me stay for like at least, come on, just tonight, and then tomorrow we can talk about it after that. And you're just like, this is so stressful. But yeah, pretty good. And I don't think it's his best performance. I don't even think it's top three. To me, it's Beautiful Boy, Dune, and The King. But then this honestly might be up there because like his character is super fun. Um, and then and then the last thing
But you haven't seen Call Me by Your Name, Cameron.
I actually am sort of interested just to see because I've heard his performance is so good in that. Definitely gonna have to skip a couple scenes, but and then the last thing I watched was
And
all of
skip a couple of peaches, if you know what I mean.
yeah. That's what Sandy's fiance Sky. He was like, I'm never gonna look at Peaches the same. He's like he absolutely harassed that Peach. But then watched season 5 of Stranger Things, and I don't know. I had a lot of gripes with like the final 2 episodes. It's I'm glad that it didn't finish as bad as Game of Thrones. But there was just a lot of things that felt super unsatisfying. Like I just felt
Yeah.
like Vecna died just so randomly and it was kind of like, what? And then also why does Joyce get the final swing? What? No, if anything, Will was the first victim, and then Joyce is like, you messed
Yeah.
with the wrong effing family.
Yeah, they tried to
I'm
do
like,
like the Ginny
what?
Weasley thing or whatever it's called. Not Ginny Weasley. What's the mom's
The
name?
Mrs.
Mrs.
Weasley, yeah.
Yeah,
Weasley.
yeah.
I love that. Like some girl,
Not my daughter, you
not my
be.
children. Yeah, they like that. But I
Yeah.
was like, that's not
Like
like
Bellatrix's
Joyce's
murder is
character. It was
serious. She
so
had
weird.
arguably the most evil kill in the entire show. It's like Harry should have had the satisfaction of murdering her, bro. But yeah, there was just certain things like that, and I also just felt like certain character like I mean, it's so Netflix not committing to kill anyone. I just felt like also undercut so much.
I was I was so prepared for someone to
Dude,
die.
Grant's like, they
Nancy and
should have killed
Jonathan's
all of them.
whole like fake like the unproposal and then the most plot armor thing ever of the liquid just like
Yeah,
solid
solidified.
solidifying
Yeah.
and I'm like is that
And
ever
then they're
gonna be
like, oh
explained?
wait, we're still stuck in here.
Yeah, I'm like
Yeah, yeah. They're like, oh
what?
no, we gotta have this beautiful moment. But it's not beautiful. He's literally like, will you not marry me? I'm like, this
This
is so dumb.
Yeah,
I
Lucas
wrote
really
it in
liked
my
that part, and I was
review.
like, I didn't really like it.
no, I was
Yeah, I
not a
wrote my
fan of that
review. I
part.
said Netflix wants you alone, childless, and gay.
So you can
That's
still
all
watch
Netflix
Netflix.
wants from you.
Yeah, but I
Keep
also
watching
just feel like
Netflix.
a lot of the emotional parts just did not hit like, and I talked about it in my review, like the end of season 4, I'm weeping when Lucas is yelling to his sister to go get
Oh,
help.
that performance
It's
is like
so good. And then in
one of
this
the best
one, it's
parts of the
like
show. Yeah.
Elle is like when she's like fading away, I'm like, what is going on? Like I'm feeling nothing.
Yeah.
And then it's like, wait, she's actually alive in like Iceland or something. And I'm like,
She's happier now, Cameron. Come on. I'm
I
like,
I'm like,
know.
what? That's so
She's
and
lonely,
it's like,
dumb.
childless, and
and
gay
of course
now.
the only character they kill is the character everyone hates is her annoying sister. I'm like, I wanted
Oh
her
my
to die
gosh.
from the
That was my biggest gripe for the last season. I was like, you've
like
got to be
no
kidding me. They brought back the no one that no one cared about.
yeah,
Like, why?
literally. And then there's just so many things that were just kind of like
Ugh.
and like I like the whole buildup of like oh, this because that's the thing is I'm like that would have been a great time to kill Nancy. Nancy dies as the monster's like collapsing or whatever, and then it's like, oh my gosh, she died killing this giant monster and saved the universe. But it's like, oh, we're gonna light it on fire and stab it with knives, and it's gonna die. I'm like, what? And yeah, I don't know. I just felt like a lot of things was just kind of like underwhelming.
Yeah, they literally set up all their deaths very epically, where it's like this could be the character's send off, and then not a single one of them went through with it. And
Literally,
I'm like,
I'm like, you
I'm
should have
gonna have
killed.
my character moment,
Well, and
and
that
then
was the thing too,
not.
was like Hopper reached the point that it's like, all right, we're accepting that he's gonna
Yes,
sacrifice himself, and then we
yes,
get the worst character to come back into the show, and you're like, that was not a twist we wanted.
Literally.
yes,
There was
100%.
just so many things like that that I was just like, what? And then also
Mm.
like the dumbest thing about Will's scene is like one, there were so many people there that didn't matter for, and then two, the fact that it was like one pretty much majority of the people already knew, and then the fact that it was like going on for so long when and same thing with the Holly and Max. I'm like, we don't care about Holly. Get her off the screen. And it's like in the beginning, and also in the beginning, I'm like, the whole focus was Max didn't have enough time to try to run through the portal. And it's like, let me take 18 years. Like I've seen so many
Oh,
memes
don't
about
even get me
them
started.
two
My
doing
Oh,
like
wife
I
a
was
know. Yeah, they're
podcast.
like
screaming.
just
My
walking, and
wife
then
was
they're like
screaming at
sitting
the
there
screen. She's like,
waiting.
"Run!
Yeah.
I know.
Well, also
No, you're
the
hiding."
last episode just felt so rushed because
Yes,
it's
Yeah.
like the moment Elle gets into the tank, it's like, oh, the world's here. We have 30 seconds to go through Vecna's memory. I'm like, I thought this was going to be a whole thing that's awesome, is like getting to dissect everything that
dude. Let's
happens
not
of like
forget
what
that they
made
just
Vecna
stole
Vecna.
the intro to the Indiana Jones. He's down in some mine shaft, and some guy with a briefcase was carrying Vecna and a stone. Like, where? What?
Yeah.
Talk
No,
about
yeah.
intro. Like,
And that's I didn't get too.
what?
Well, that was the thing too. Like they planted that plot thing to be like, oh, he was being used, but then it turns back again. He's like,
Yeah,
well, no, I accepted it and I
Yeah, me
joined
and the
I'm
him
Mind
because I
Flayer
one.
actually
wanted
won.
to. And
Yeah,
you're
I'm like
like,
they went back.
wait,
They went back
what?
on him being. They were like
Yes.
trying to get you to sympathize with him, and then they were like, "Nah, psych, you don't have to sympathize." And I'm like,
I'm actually
"What are we doing
psycho.
right
I
here?"
know. It
Yeah.
gave me such whiplash because I was waiting for
Yeah.
it, and I was like,
All over the
oh, like
place.
in the briefcase, he's gonna. I thought the mind flayer was gonna be like
Like in
frightening
it or
him as a
something.
kid, and you're like, oh, that's sad. So he's a victim, and I thought Vecna would have a moment to fight against the mind flayer.
But then no. Well, first off,
No,
you should have
because
known
it
that he
just
was
we have
psycho
to have
when
his
the
head
way he
lopped
was
off.
smashing that guy's head in with the rock. Chill, okay? One swing, you're not a sociopath. More than one swing, you're a sociopath for sure. He's a. I'm like, oh my. But yeah, it was just I think it's also hard because it's like it's 10 years of buildup and all these plot lines, but it also was just dumb because I'm like, how do Nancy and Steve not end up together? They literally are like teasing that they're gonna get back together.
No, no, we're gonna be one giant four people friend group.
Yeah, we're a friend group. And I'm like,
Yeah, there's
first off,
nothing more
when have
empowering
Like,
than
Jonathan
just having
when
what?
ha-
friends.
yeah, when has Jonathan and what's her name? Robin ever been friends? And also I'm like
I know.
the amount of screen time that Robin's girlfriend was getting, I'm like, we don't care. You're annoying, a bad actress, and so dumb. I'm
Oh,
like,
are you talking about the nurse?
yes,
Yeah.
Mhm.
she's so annoying.
I'll
And
never
it's like,
forget that I told Maddie the scene where Will watches Robin with her nurse girlfriend, and he like looks and he's like and he like gasps and runs away, and I was like, I do not understand this scene. But then I told Maddie, I was like, maybe like no one knows that they're gay, but I was like, I'm pretty sure she was pretty open about that in the 2 seasons ago.
Literally.
But then, like my favorite part was like that he was like frightened of it, and I was like, and then at the end when he comes out as gay, he's like, I don't like women, and then he's like, but not like in a misogynist way. I just don't like women the way you guys like women. It made me laugh so hard. It's like, there's a word for that. It's called gay. Can
Yeah.
we move along, please? It
Yeah.
was 7.5 minutes that he
Well,
has
my
this scene. And he comes out to people that, by all rights, he has no relationship to
yeah. Well, and my favorite thing too is people talking about they're like, yeah, I'm sure Hopper, a
in the
1980s
80s. They
Midwest
love the
cop,
gay.
yeah, is
Gay
good.
is
And literally,
good.
I'm pretty sure he said the F slur like in season one. I'm like, I doubt he's gonna be like, no, yeah, my stepson being gay,
The
love
fruity
it.
kid. Great.
Yeah,
Love it.
literally, I'm like, because I'm pretty sure he says that. He's like, oh, is something weird with your son? Like, is he like fruity or is like he
Here's
like yeah.
here's my rewrite. Here's my rewrite. If I had this scene, what I would have done is have a confrontation with Will, because I thought they were building up to this, where Will and Vecna could kind of help fight each other, and Eleven kind of would be incapacitated somehow. And then Mike's there, and Vecna uses the fact that he's a closeted gay against him in the moment to make Mike like be uncomfortable with Will or
Mhm.
cause tension in that
Mm.
relationship because they're good friends,
Yeah, and like,
but
why didn't
he
you tell me
likes
this?
him. He
Like,
Well, I
has
feel like
feelings for
too.
him.
yeah,
My biggest thing was they
But like
really,
it
really
could have
push.
created some character drama. Instead of doing that,
Yeah.
they halt the show for 7.5 minutes and everyone's super cool with it. It doesn't build any new characters. They
no,
just say gay is good. That is it. Like, and it makes me laugh. I'm like, what's interesting about relationships is if they mean anything. Because Mike later on the tower, he's like, "Hey man, I'm so sorry, but like we're best friends now." It's like, why are you better friends now that he's gay?
yeah.
If
Well,
anything, it complicates your relationship. If he has feelings for you and you don't have feelings for him that way.
yeah.
They already did this in season 3 with Steven and Robin. They're like, oh, plot twist. But this one was obvious to the audience, but not obvious to the characters. But it doesn't add any drama. It doesn't add any weight. It's just like gay bait for I don't know who watches this and they're like, gay. I'm so happy. They're gay. And it's like, so what?
Anyways,
Like,
moving
does it mean anything? It's
on.
meaningless. There is a monster out there. We got to go kill it. Can we have this tea party
But
later? Like,
but
it is
also
laughable.
one of my
It's
biggest
so
gripes too
unreal.
was just the way that like Vecna was just absolutely slaughtering people in season four and even in the first half of like in up until the end of volume two. The final scene in volume two when he just absolutely eviscerates the like that entire army. I'm like, oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
the mid-season finale I
it's
think was
so
better than
good.
the
Yeah,
finale.
a
Oh,
hundred
yeah,
percent.
absolutely.
And then
And
The
the
Will like
reveal
reveal at
of
the end
Will
with
getting
Will was
powers
very
was
yeah,
cool.
it's
so
so
sick.
sick. And then that's
Yeah.
the thing is then after all of that, literally it's like, oh, Vecna he's gonna try to fight L in this inside the monster's belly. And I'm like, what? Like I just
Well,
like this is the same dude that was
like,
literally making people like evaporate. He would look at him and just go and they're
well,
like,
and two, like the whole thing was like, yes, he had strong powers to like use his psychic powers or whatever, but like I feel like a big part of his threat is like all the mind stuff. And so when they were pushing the whole idea of like, I
with
will use
Hopper?
you as a spy one last
Oh.
time. No, not Hopper.
No, but
When
this
he
thing is
tells
Hopper
Will, he's like when he tells Will, he's like, I'm gonna use you as a spy one last time. And they like repeated that like throughout several
and then
episodes.
never
Like it should have been that he knew all of their plans the whole time. And then like,
because of Will. Yeah.
yes, that would have been so much
Well, and
better.
I wish they would because when he puts Hopper in the trance, first off, if anytime he can manipulate what you see, it means that you're in the trance. That's the only thing they've ever
Mm,
established. And then Hopper
yeah.
all of a sudden can just shoot. And then like that
Good
would have been
point.
such a good thing if he shot and like maybe even if she doesn't die, if he like messed up the plan because he was trying to be
Yes. Yes.
overprotective. Instead, it was just like, what have you done? I'm gonna go back to the plan. It's like, wait, what? Like, what was the point
That's
of
what
that
I'm
scene?
saying. There was no consequences. They
Ever.
they pulled back on every part of the show that would have led to something that would have raised the stakes or created drama. They
Yeah.
pulled back on everything. They're like, our character's gay now. What does that mean? It means nothing. It just means that they love each other more. It's like, okay, I'm glad we stopped the show for that. And you're right. The mind flayer doing this, it doesn't matter. I'm one with the mind flayer. Okay, so if we kill Vecna, I guess the mind flayer's dead too. This the ashes
It just
come out of
goes
their
up.
mouth.
Yeah.
I
Well, and
guess they're
also they,
cured.
they also
Everything's
tried to
hunky
make it way
dory.
too. Tried to make it way too big scale. It was awesome where it's
Yes.
like this is reverse Hawkins. Instead, they were like, it's actually a time-space continuum and it's a portal, and so he's trying to bring that through that, and it's like, just make it the reverse world, and then just say we're gonna close the portal, and then just
And
destroy
let's
that.
not forget that no one was wrong. Every single person had an idea of what was happening, and that's exactly what was happening. I'm like, well, okay. Like, I'm glad that this like 12-year-old kid had this idea that scientifically speaking, this is what it is, and this is how we're going to deal with it. It's like they
It
knew it was a
perfectly fits
wormhole
into
based on the
D&D's
fact
core
that yeah,
Yeah.
there's an
canon.
impenetrable wall. That's probably the bridge between two portals. It's like, how do you know this? And then
Yeah.
they're like, well, we found the scientific book. I'm like, how did they know this?
Yeah,
Like,
literally.
like
And also, how did nobody see that in any of the other seasons? Also, why is it totally fine to be in the upside down? Literally, in like all the previous seasons, the moment people step in, they're in a hazmat suit. You step on anything, the vines pull you.
Yeah, and
The
the
bats will get
second
you.
planet, like
Demogorgons.
perfectly breathable oxygen there too.
Yeah.
with like
And
lava
no demodogs,
vanish
no
that you
demogorgons,
could
Um,
no
fall through,
flying.
and
Like,
then you could fall to your death. So thankfully that she was taken up by Vecna, because what was their plan
literally,
to
she
I
stop
lived
her
her.
if she
know.
was falling
Yeah.
to her death? It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know,
It was
actually.
a
I don't know. I
whole
guess.
plot way to show like the relationship of the world is up here, see you fall down here,
And let's not forget
but then
Nancy with a
Vecna does have
gun, with a
powers.
shotgun, finds this thing and she's like, I'm gonna shoot this. Even though I hear Dustin screaming my name to stop and wait, I'm just gonna shoot this real quick. And then I'll
Well,
figure
no,
out
she
what
didn't
he's
hear him.
screaming
That
to
was
me
the point.
about. It was so funny to me. Like, I'm like,
She didn't hear him.
dumbest, I know, it's still the dumbest movie character decision I've ever seen. Because they call out to him like,
Hey,
Dusty,
Nancy,
they-
Nancy, and she's like, "Oh, you're cutting out."
yeah, yeah, you're cutting out. I guess I'll just shoot. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I
They're
guess that's true
screaming on
on
the
the
radio,
radio,
and she's
yeah.
like, let me just shoot this
And
thing.
it's
I
not
don't
like
know
they're on
what it
some
is.
crazy time crunch too with that. It's like you can't wait another 30 seconds to potentially shoot this like organic matter. Yeah,
It
it
was
was just
unreal. Like, so you want to talk about bad character decisions, but I guess they needed that scene so they could fall in there, and then they had this scene, and then they're still stuck in there, and
well, and
then
why was the best death in the entire show when 11 kills that one dude with the gun and forcing him to shoot himself? I'm like, why was that the
yeah,
best death in the entire show? It's
best
just
death scene.
I
Yeah, he's just
was
like,
like,
oh. No, I think the best death scene was the Demogorgon killed by Will. You know, that was freaking great.
Yeah, that was sick.
when it,
Yeah, he
I was
just
like,
And
destroys
I
it.
love too when he takes over Vecna and tells Max like, Max, if you can hear me, run.
run. Yeah.
That was really good.
Good scenes, but yeah, wasted. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Will, like,
Also, then
I
and then
don't even get why.
him finally just deciding, oh, I'm gonna lock in and just get over my fear and go into the cave. I'm like, why didn't you just do this earlier when Max was in there? If you knew she was in there
Yeah.
and you knew that she was the only person that could ruin your plan, why didn't you just go in there and kill her? Because
Also,
like
let's not forget the
I
word.
think Vecna, the actor for Vecna, did a really good job.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
good. He reminded me of like Pennywise a little bit, the
Mm.
clown.
Yeah,
He
he
played like
kind of
Bill
looks a little
Skarsgård.
Skarsgårdian, yeah, which
He
is
he
like the
like he
super
was really
slender,
good at
slick
being
face.
creepier as
Yeah, he looked
like
like a
the
freaking
guy.
skeleton with skin on, man.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. He looked creepier even with all the effects and everything. Because
Yeah.
again, it's not done practically, so a lot of it's just CGI nonsense. But like, I enjoyed watching him be like this creepy, like I don't know, just he just looked like a pedophile, you know. And you're like, that guy is just creepy. He loves
Yeah.
children. He's giving them Vecna
And
juice
I love that he kept trying to
through
keep
their
up the
mouth.
facade, and like that was really
Yeah,
interesting. Him trying to essentially like con all the kids into being like, "I'm the one saving you from the
yeah.
monsters."
All
Like
the
Back to
kids
the
becoming
light.
a cult. Like I
Back to the
enjoyed those
light.
scenes. Yeah,
Back
even
to
though like I didn't
the
think none of the kids were good actors, but like I enjoyed that aspect where all the kids were like becoming a cult and stuff. I thought that was kind of cool. And then like all their heads turning up, I thought was freaky and stuff. I thought that was good. But
yeah, and then they just immediately stopped it like three
yeah,
seconds into the seance. It was like, no more. I'm
yeah,
like,
no more. I'm like,
yeah,
you
but yeah, so
stopped all the good stuff. Yeah, you pump
that's
the
everything
gas
that
and
I've.
then you hit the brakes too quick and nothing came of it. So yeah,
Yeah,
in the end the show's over now and I'm like, okay. You
yeah,
took 5 years. Like, I'm sorry, but if you had 5 years to wrap this up, like you kind of swing and whiffed, in my
yeah.
opinion. So
But and then the things I'm looking forward to is the Send Help movie coming out, Sam Raimi's new movie with Rachel
Yeah.
McAdams. That's coming out at the end of this month.
What a
And then
That
surprise.
the island, they're trapped on an
yeah.
island or something.
And then I also really want to watch Eternity. It's no longer in theaters, but I'm hoping it'll come out on streaming services pretty soon.
My wife
It
went and saw it. She thought it was pretty good. She thinks that I'd like it, but I had a prediction and I was right. I know who she chooses at the end, but
hmm.
I won't
But
spoil it here. But
and then
called
and
it.
then just the only other couple of things I'm kind of looking forward to is somebody recommended Conclave. Maybe it was Clinton. Um, and then
Oh, that was Elise.
oh, Elise. And then
That was
Let's
really
um
not
good.
forget the best priest among us. It's not a man or a woman.
and then
Oh,
Or is it? I don't remember. It's neither or
well,
either or both.
there's
I'm also wanting to eventually watch My Son, but Jordan looks like you don't own it, and I can't find it on like any streaming thing. It's James McAvoy. It's like a crazy. It's like one of the first ever the James McAvoy. It's like a
Is
mystery
it the
thriller.
sequel to Father?
I'm not sure, but it's a
Because
movie.
Father is really good. You should
It's a
watch
it's
that.
a thriller mystery that James McAvoy wasn't given a script for. So he's like a dad trying to find his lost son, and he figures out the mystery as we're figuring it out, which is just kind of an interesting concept. Um, and then also just wanting to watch what was the other one?
Am I looking at the wrong movie?
Are you are you talking about The Father with Anthony Hopkins and Alzheimer's, Jordan? Or
Well, no, he said son.
I know, but you said The Father, and I was
It's
like,
it's my son,
Well,
Jordan. Oh,
oh,
and then
mice.
and then also I'm interested. I want to watch Primal Fear, and then Barking Dogs Never Bite because it's Bong Joon-ho, and then I was curious, Jordan, have you seen Regression with um uh Ethan Hawke and Emma Watson? I'm curious if it's too paranormal for me.
I don't know what that is.
Hmm.
if you want an Ethan Hawke movie, you should watch First Reformed, Grant or Cameron, if you haven't seen
Oh,
it.
isn't that about a priest?
Yeah, it's so good though.
Cameron, that has horrible reviews. This is a 5 on IMDb.
The boy or the
N- No, regression.
oh yeah, it's got really bad reviews, but I was just curious because I think because it has a pretty good cast. It's got Ethan Hawke, Emma Watson, and David Lewis. It's Professor Lupin, and the concept seemed kind of interesting. It was just like a kind of a thriller, and it
I
kind of
can't
it looked it to what to me it looked like what's the Daddy
I can't find this boy
Long
movie you're
Legs.
Long
talking
Legs?
about.
Yeah, it looked like that.
Hmm. Wow, Cameron, I'm amazed you watch that much stuff though. I can't even remember where this
Yeah,
podcast
it only
began,
took an
and
hour to
Jeez.
get through.
Yeah,
yeah,
freaking out.
yeah. Cameron has too much time on his hands, people. So leave a review and say, Cameron, here's some chores to do around my house so I can watch a movie. Grant, how about you? What have you been watching lately?
Yeah, I'll probably have to get off after this. So,
Yeah.
watched Chronicles of Narnia 1 and 2.
The Chronicles of Narnia.
Prince Caspian de Timph.
You didn't- Yeah, it was fun rewatching the second one because I hadn't seen that in forever.
I
I'd
feel like the
forgotten
second one
like
holds up pretty well. The Dawn Treader, not so much, I feel like.
yeah,
It's just
well,
that
yeah,
annoying
and that's
kid that
why they
actually turned
stopped
out to
after
be a
that
pretty good
'cause it
actor,
didn't do
but he's
good.
not a good
Yeah.
child actor.
Yeah, and then
The annoying little. He
watched
always looks angry.
Yeah.
like Cameron said, the game. Watched The Grinch, the Illumination remake. It was actually really
Honestly,
good.
really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch
Um,
does a good job.
yeah, I had no idea that he does the Grinch. He does a good job of like doing kind of a different intonation of his voice that it doesn't sound like him at
He
first.
does a lot of really crazy voices. Like he does Azog Grant and Smaug.
Yeah, I know Smaug Azog.
My
Oh, he
favorite clip
does
is him
Yeah,
the
crawling
White
around
Orc?
with the
No
dots
way.
on his face like a dragon. It's really
Mm.
fun to watch.
Yeah, yeah.
I
It's
smell.
amazing. You're like he's getting in it. Like it's so good.
And
Like
then
however much they're paying you,
really
you need to raise.
Yeah.
really enjoyed The Accountant. That was super good.
Hmm.
And then yeah, I went on a binge for season 5 of Stranger Things. And then a couple days ago started Death Note with Elise. So that's been super fun rewatching that.
Yeah, tell
And
Allie that she needs to continue watching it.
Yeah, what episode are you on
continue. It's
right now?
so good.
What episode are
Like
you on?
we're on episode.
Well,
I
no
think we're close to
spoilers.
20. I think we're like 18
20.
or something.
Because
Oh,
I think the last episode we just watched is when he just made the chick go hang herself, and he's like, "Where are
Yeah,
you going?" I'm like, "You psycho!
I know.
The headquarters are that way. Where are you going?" I'm like,
I have
"Bro,
to do something.
she's already
Yeah.
dead.
so
Okay, chill."
so good, dude.
And I'm playing with his food, man. Yeah, dude, there are so many good lines in this show. Because, like, literally the first episode, just a random side character. It's like, dang it, why is my mom so useless?
Now, the best quote
So
that me and
random.
Colton quote on like a weekly basis is, "This is the first time I've been provoked to hit a woman."
To hit a woman. Yeah. Oh, man.
It's so
Ah,
unbelievably good, dude.
it's so good.
Take a potato chip and
Ah. Yeah, and just the cat and mouse detective work is just so fun. It's just like so
just the
clever.
way he sits, man. I don't even know if I'm flexible enough to sit like
Yeah,
that.
dude. I want to have the posture of L, dude. He looks so cool. He's just all balled up.
He's like he's
And I'm
like
like, this is wildly uncomfortable.
he's like I don't want to sit like this. He's like I have to.
It
He's like
increases
my
my
deductive
power of
skills go
deduction
down by
by
40% if I
10%.
don't sit like this.
You're like, what?
Like, how do you even deduce that? Somebody explain.
I'm 10% more effective like this.
Yeah.
My favorite is the kind of the dumb younger cop. What's his name?
Oh,
Matsuda.
yeah.
Matsuda. Yeah.
That's it.
Chief, I'll
Matsuda.
do whatever you say.
And it was really funny. Elise made the comment. She's like,
Oh, chill, chill, chill.
L. Well, no, it's not a spoiler. She's like, L kind of just does everything. Like, what did the other cops do?
They
I'm just
Dude,
just
they're
like,
carry
there
oh
for
out.
yeah,
emotional
that's a good
support, man.
point. Why didn't we think of that earlier?
They're there for emotional
And they always just say
support,
like
dude.
have them explain stuff because they're like, how the frick did you get to that conclusion?
Yeah. Yeah, they're literally just the exposition help. They're like, wait, whoa,
I
whoa,
know, yeah.
whoa.
Well, that's what's so funny about anime is like it's so like the like flashback images, like we're talking about this person,
See, but yeah, no,
and we're
but
like,
the best
this is exactly what's
see,
happening.
but that the inner monologue is literally what makes that show. It's the same with Dexter. Like
Oh yeah.
without the inner monologue is like, yeah,
Well, and
this is all
that's
right.
it's such an anime thing because Demon Slayer is the same way. Like Tanjiro like has all these internal like dialogues like mid swing as he's like, about to attack someone. Like
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
a
And he's
5 minute sequence.
and then they should pause it and just be like,
Elite.
yep, that's me. You're probably wondering
Yeah.
how I got here. It all started back in 1985. Like
Yeah.
that's literally every anime, but they're doing it in like a different way where they're like, how
Yeah.
did I get here? Everything has been leading to this moment. And then they attack someone. It's just so funny.
Now,
They have like all this whole inner
now,
monologue in
really quick,
between this
I had her
moment.
close her ears, but my favorite part is just when he like shows up at the school every single time, every interaction between him and Elle in the beginning.
I'm L.
Yeah, he's like, is this kid actually
I've
Elle?
seen
And why
so
is he
many
provoking
memes
me?
of that.
Yeah, it's just,
I've seen so
He's
many
like, calm
memes of
down.
L
He's like, I
just
can't.
that
He's like, I
face.
can't react.
Yes,
or it's
L
like
just
my
staring at
homie,
him.
the way my homie looks at me after our teacher tells us that her husband died. And just all the cat and
Uh,
mouse or whatever when he like shows him like the like Shinigami love apples thing or whatever. He's like, this wasn't in there. He's like, this, and he's like, he's gotta be testing me. And just I love that, like how much he's over analyzing every single
yeah.
thing. He probably wants me to think that, but then he might think I'm a bad cop, and so I'm faking it. I'm like, the 70 chest that's going on is hurting my brain.
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
yeah, and hopefully Allie's not listening because like the whole like scenario where he relinquishes all memory
And then
and
gets it
then
back.
plans it to get it
Yeah, to
back.
reread the
Like,
book.
what?
Dude, it goes
Oh
quiet,
I
my
dude.
love
I
God.
think
I love too
movies need to use
when they're just
silence
sitting
more, dude.
when yeah, when they're sitting in the helicopter and he's just
Oh,
like,
I know.
"Is everything all right, Light?" And he's like, "Yes."
Just getting back
Oh,
your entire
so
memories of
good.
you're like it'd be like you're like, man, it'd be so crazy. I could live out my fantasy as a serial killer, and then you're like, I have it.
Uh,
So
Yeah,
good.
insane.
I love it. Anything else you're looking forward to or seeing,
It's
Grant?
a perfect show. No,
Yeah,
that's a
Well,
that's
and
solid.
it's literally just a masterpiece how smart Elle is, and it's like I can deduce that he's in
well, and
the
it's amazing that
lower region
the
of
L
Japan. You're
figures
like,
this all out because like
oh,
we know as the audience,
well, no, that's what so many people talk about. They're like, who's like, they're like the debate between who's smarter, Light or L is dumb because all Light had to do was find L's name and kill him, and then it was like all L had to do was prove the existence of the Death Note and of Shinigami, and then defeat one of the smartest serial killers ever. I'm like, oh, yeah, I mean, it is a little bit unfair.
yeah.
All
It's
he
like
had to
I
saying
do
mean,
was read his
he
birth,
had to prove
his
he had to
driver's
prove the
license,
existence
and all he
of
had to do was
a
prove the
death
existence of a Shinigami.
of a Shinigami and a death and a book that could kill people. It's
That's
like
so funny. I love
what?
it.
And he's over
well,
here
and it's
just
so crazy. Like all of L's strategies is like get close to who he thinks is the suspect or who he suspects is Kira, and like, and that's his defense is being close to them. He's like, if I die in the next couple days, then you are Kira. You're like,
yeah.
oh my gosh,
Sorry, what?
what?
Yeah. Also the
Oh,
fact
it's
when he's
so
always like
crazy.
he's like, yeah, it's only 7%, actually 8 now. But
It's like,
then
yeah,
you're like, that's such a
8%.
small percentage. But at the same time, he's like, yeah, but you're our only like working lead, and you're like, oh, okay. And that's the hard thing is everything that you see that he does to think you're like, oh, he's outsmarting him, like killing off all the Japanese people or whatever. And then it's like, I'm pretty sure
The
that,
FBI agents?
yeah. And then he's like, I've narrowed it down. He's like, it's most likely somebody that Ray Penber was investigating. You're like, great.
I
It's like,
know.
and
It's
he was
crazy.
investigating the Yagami. He's like, gee, he's investigating your family.
So good. I love it. Jordan, how about you? And Grant, if you need to hop off, I understand,
Yeah, I
but
might hop off later,
hey, we
guys.
love
Love you.
having you
Anything
on.
you're looking forward to?
I hear you
Dude,
did. Oh,
highly
There's a lot of
recommend
rewatches I want to do.
you need to watch Pluribus on Apple TV.
Yeah, but that costs money.
No, it's
So
a free
maybe.
Apple. Do a 7-day trial. All 9 episodes are out of
Oh,
the
I
first.
forget that. Well, yeah, I might have it or something,
Yeah,
but we'll see.
definitely give it a watch. Pluribus is so good. I can't give you guys enough of a recommendation. Just give it a watch.
Okay. Yeah.
So good.
All right. Peace out.
Peace.
Jordan,
bye, Grant.
besides your letterbox, what?
Yeah, Jordan.
Yeah,
You
check
better
my
watch.
letterbox, Jordo0. Um, and then I'm looking forward to Clown in the Cornfield and two movies that Ty
Jordan's looking for the
recommended.
clown behind it.
Yeah, Jordan's like Clown
Uh,
Corfield.
Dangerous Animals and Strange Harvest was on Ty's list that he watched, so I want to check those out.
And keep in mind, some of them I'm like, like I think I gave my reviews, but yeah, they're
Yeah.
Yeah,
not
Dangerous
bad.
Animals did look interesting. That's the shark one.
Yeah, I did like Strange
Yeah.
Animals more than like Strange Animals is actually really fun. It's like it's literally Split. It's like Split from Down Under.
Oh, thanks. Spoilers.
I'm sorry, how is that a spoiler? The movie Split.
Don't tell me.
You're
Don't
like,
tell me. I don't want to know a single thing. I just want to watch it.
oh, okay. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Just meant like if you would
All
enjoy
right,
it or
Ty,
not.
your turn.
Strange Harvest, I don't know. That movie was that was a trip, that's for sure. I
Good.
liked a lot of elements from it. It's not my favorite, but it was good. Dude, right now I watched Stranger Things and now I'm watching Ted Lasso and I'm watching
First
Pluribus.
time? Not first time, right?
First time. I watched the first episode of Ted Lasso and now I finished the whole first season. So I'm starting season
Dude,
two.
so good, right?
It's good. And I already knew I'd like it, but it was just one of those things where we had the in-laws over and they're like, what do we watch? It's New Year's Eve. And we're like, well, let's just watch 3 episodes of Ted Lasso.
Fire.
So,
Season
uh,
two is also still worth the watch.
oh yeah. Does it dip after three?
I just still
But
haven't even finished three, but
I
yeah.
yeah,
haven't even finished two.
Yeah. See, I was
I still
worried.
think
I
two is
really
worth
liked
it.
one and I was like, I don't know if this was lightning in a bottle because part of me is like,
Season one is lightning in a
what I
bottle.
really
It's
enjoyed about the
perfect.
movie really quick or the
But
show
it
really
doesn't really
quick
get good
was I
until
was like,
season two, right,
oh,
Jordan?
yeah,
I
does
can't.
it?
So you're both talking what?
Yeah,
I was just saying it doesn't really get good until season two, right, Jordan?
it doesn't get good till
Oh
season
my
That's
gosh,
what
somebody
somebody in
said
his
that.
board said.
two. I was just gonna say what I really enjoyed about it is like, oh, it's not a show about soccer. Which I cannot stress enough, but I'm like that if someone had told me that, I probably would have watched it sooner because I was like, I do not
Mm.
care about soccer. And even if I cared a little bit about soccer, I'm like, this show is not about soccer. I'm like, I'd watch that.
Yeah,
I'd watch
that's
that.
why I think you guys will like Marty Supreme because it is not about ping pong. It's
Yeah.
literally just uncut gems. It's
But see, here's
uncut
the
gems
problem.
just with
Ping pong's
ping
like my
pong.
best sport, and that's not saying much, but and so the fact that like you can't get Timothy Chalamet to play like Forrest Gump, I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah. No, that's
It's not even about the
I
ping
love
pong.
in the movie Timothy Chalamet. Like if somebody asks what he does, he's like, I'm a professional athlete. What sport do you play? Ping pong. He's like, that's a sport. He's like, yes, actually, I'm one of the best players in the world.
But you gotta be like overweight and be like, yes, it's a real sport. So yeah, I was watched the first season of Ted Lasso, and then I finished Stranger Things. Boy, that was a gay show. And then I loved Pluribus. I can't stress this
Literally.
enough. I won't spoil anything. Vince Gilligan, or is it Peter Gould? I think it's Vince Gilligan, right? He he's written another banger, dude. It's like I won't even spoil anything about it. I just watch it and I was like, I love the concept, I love the acting, I love the cinematography, I love just the small, quiet moments where you have so much storytelling just happening visually, and there's like very little to no dialogue, and you're like, cinema, so good. So I can't stress Pluribus enough. And again, if you watch it, I would love to talk about it because there's so much to unpack. So it's crazy too. I've never seen this, but when you start the first episode and each episode, after like the little intro or recap, they literally have like join us on the Pluribus podcast or whatever. I've never seen that before in a show,
With
but
some shows, like newer shows, they're trying to do it.
they're
Like
kind of doing
the
that because it's
Peacemaker
like
kind
you
of had
can
that as
build this
well.
fan base, yeah, around like you
Mhm.
could delve into the and so part of me is like I might actually I want to finish the season first and then I'll probably give the podcast a
Yeah,
listen
because I
because
think it's really
I just
fun,
kind of want to
especially
enjoy
if
it.
you enjoy the universe, to have it like
Yeah,
broken
yeah.
down by
But
people
but
involved is
even
just fun.
like I don't even know who does it, if it's just fans of it or it's produced by the same people that do the show. If you hear Vince Gilligan or the actors, like I would love to know more though because the story is so interesting and I watch this and I'm like inspired. And I love it because it's one of those things where I'm like, there's just no other show like this.
Mm.
And there's concepts obviously that I think of with other shows, but like I'm like, this is doing it right and it's doing it well. And I was talking to Maddie, I was like, it's so fun to balance like Ted Lasso season one with Pluribus because I'm like, they're both so different tonally, but like both are so well done. And it's like it doesn't matter what you're watching as long as it's well done. It's like I would watch this over and over. So yeah, I that's all I'm gonna say about Pluribus because I don't want to spoil anything because I actually knew very little about going into it. Did either of you seen anything about it or watch ads or anything other than like the teaser? Yeah. So yeah, going blind, it's way better and it's just awesome for it. So anyway, um, but my goodness, yeah, it's just like, how do you keep doing this? Like, don't you have a stinker? It's like it reminds me of like Denis Villeneuve or Christopher Nolan. It's like, don't you have like a crappy movie? It's just like, no, he's just very thoughtful. Everything he does, it's not
Yeah,
a,
David Fincher, not so much.
yeah, it's not a cash in. It's always like, I'm very passionate about this project. And I'm like, maybe because he just does what he loves doing that he's good at it. But I'm like, nothing feels rushed. Everything just feels so well crafted. And I'm like, I would just love to have the kind of integrity that that guy has. Vince Gilligan, like everything he does, he's putting in his 100%. And I don't know how to say it otherwise. Like, it's like Danny Villeneuve, where I'm like, I don't think he's made a movie that he's not proud of or he gave it his all because, like, everything works. So, can't recommend enough. I was surprised to find out it's only 9 episodes. It has been renewed for a second season, so I'm thrilled because I'm on episode 7. I've got two left, 8 and 9. So I'm really looking forward to finishing up the season. But then I'm
Oh,
just thinking, like shows like Severance, I'm like, I hope, season one doesn't leave me with like, for a year or something. I don't know because
anything else you're looking forward to that's coming out in like theaters soon? Or
um, I do want to go see 28 years later, Bone Temple. Partially because the first one was so weird, but watching this trailer and like who's directing it, I'm like, and it's still written by Garland, so I'm
it's not
like,
Danny Boyle, Jordan, so it's not worth watching them, all right?
it's not, it's still produced by Boyle and it's still written by Alex Garland. So I'm like, it could still be like decent, and I'd probably find it interesting. I just found it so interesting that they did the two movie release. What was it, 28 weeks apart, which I think is hilarious. I didn't realize that until like someone pointed it out or something. I was like, oh, how about that? But I'm like, I do think it's interesting that, okay, if they can get this movie and it makes money, they could finally finish the trilogy. And I'm like, I would be interested in like a three-part moving trilogy because like I feel like a lot of movies are doing that. Like you have Dune, you have Wicked almost did it, but not quite. I just don't like them feeling bloated. So part of me is like, I really like the first half, the second, third half, felt like a derailment, but I'm like, if they could bring back the first third in the second movie, I'm all for it because there did look like some interesting things in the teaser where I'm like, dude, I would love a movie about that. Like, if you've seen the teaser, have you guys seen the teaser or not? Just watching, oh, okay. But I was gonna say a certain character and another character interact. I'm like, yes, more of that.
But boy, are we excited for the Odyssey.
So I'm surprised. This is the Cyclops one, right? This is like the Iliad and the Odyssey.
Yeah.
I'm amazed at how not or how little is given away, and I'm like, dude, props to Nolan because it would have been so easy to be like, here's the
Why do you keep
Cyclops,
saying
here's the.
little? We all read it in high school. Like,
I
Is
can't
this the
remember.
one also with Medusa? Is Medusa, or I always get confused
Oh,
with
no,
Clash
yeah,
of the Titans.
Percy Jackson and this kind of get like meshed up in my
Well,
mind.
yeah, is this not also what is that called? That the not
I think that's
Hercules.
Roman mythology.
No, no, but Medusa. What's is that Clash of the Titans? I think it's Clash of the
Yeah.
Titans.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's
There's some overlap.
yeah, one of them is Greek and one of them is Roman mythology.
Basically, this is like it's gonna be like what's it called? It's the Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? But no musical number, not set in segregated South. It's gonna be like back in whatever times, yeah, Roman Greek times or whatever.
No,
I
that's
always feel like I know the story, but then I'm like, I don't think I know the story. I know everybody else
I
is
just
doing
saw
stuff.
they're like my favorite genre of movies is Matt Damon trying to get home.
Yeah.
And it's like Saving Private Ryan, Interstellar, Odyssey. It's like
Saving Private Ryan, yeah.
The Martian.
Martian.
Martian, yeah.
Yeah. It's just like
That's
all
so
these
funny.
movies that he's trying to get
Yeah,
home.
Matt Damon's someone that needs to be rescued. He's getting
Yeah.
typecast. That's so funny. We're trying to get his way back home. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. But
Nice.
yeah, so check out
But yeah, if you guys get a chance to watch Marty Supreme, I'd be down to talk about it next week,
okay.
like for
That's
$5 Tuesday. Oh,
probably not gonna
Jordan's
happen
not
for
gonna.
me. I still need to see the
No money.
Smashing Machine. I haven't even seen that yet. Yeah.
Jordan's got Fortnite skins to buy. No money.
Sorry.
Can't spare six
Until
dollars, Jordan.
until mental illness takes a decline or the people stop wasting their money on skins and stuff like that. Jordan's not
Yeah,
going to be able to go see it.
I wonder how they're the number one game. Maybe because somebody is paying
Well, we
all
keep teasing
the
Jordan because he's like, check out my letterbox. The truth is, he hasn't reviewed a movie for years. He's just played Fortnite. So he's like, he's leaving movie reviews, but he's just talking about the skins he purchased on Fortnite. So he's leaving a review for Kill Bill, and he's like, and I bought this skin for Fortnite. 5 stars. You should start reviewing movies for movies that you bought the skins for, Jordan.
No, I did think about making a few videos for like skins I want to have in the future game.
Making videos? Like, what do you mean? Like,
Like just talking about skins that I want the game to have.
wait, you're gonna like make a movie and send it to like the creators of the game and be like,
Not the
please make me a.
creators, just make a YouTube video talking about skins I want.
That's fire.
I love it, dude. Hey, my name's Jordan. I love Fortnite, and here's some skins I want. Love it. It's amazing. Anyway,
I love camera just dips out. He's like, forget
yeah,
this.
he's like, I'm done. Hey, listeners, thank you so much for tuning in. This is leave us an email at futuromovies@gmail.com and leave us a comment. Tell us a movie you'd like us to review. And thanks for tuning in. This has been Future Hidden Movie Gem signing out. Peace.
Bye.
Inconceivable.